3, 2. Because that way it gives you guys an idea of when I'm going to start. So, welcome to Dungeon World with Amell, week 23. We got
68.
2 new people today.
Maybe.
Awesome.
See if they live.
We'll see if they actually see if they survive or not. It is Kazumi and Sinith. We will introduce the characters kind of
As we go.
shortly, hopefully. I guess we'll do a quick recap of what happened last week.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
So last
Me and Mike
week,
killed everything.
Seorus broke a branch, alerted the entire group of undead zombies / liches / abominations to their presence.
/ teleported.
Yeah, he also
Plus,
teleported.
oops.
Learned some information from the Dragoon Kane, and was
The
imbued
Dragoon?
with his power to fight the White Wolf himself, and was informed that the only way to prevent him from regenerating is to stab him with Kane's spear once he's finished. It was a brutal fight where Tim almost died. Limrut took absolutely no damage, even though he was slightly
And hung
terrified of
out
it.
in the back.
Yep, and Seorus ran all over the place,
It's kiting,
literally
man.
everywhere.
Kiting.
I don't know.
Learn how to
I think
kite.
my favorite one was
And
probably
taunt.
the
Learn
larva.
how to taunt and kite.
The larva was probably my favorite part because you guys were just running from those little larva guys.
My favorite part was how Tim spawned up more creatures than the necromancers.
They didn't spawn any. They were just they were stealing life, man.
He's the one who created them, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, then actually, to rephrase that, the necromancers killed more than Tim did. How about that?
No, actually, I don't think that's accurate either. I think he killed more.
Did
So-
he? I thought the NPCs that have to work.
No. So, and Zammer is no more.
It's that.
His head was
Oh,
crushed
no,
by an
Zammer.
abomination.
By the way, Tim's character is a NPC murderer, so don't give him any NPC love.
And the team killer.
You mean best killer?
Yes.
So,
He's contemplating how to team kill me
no,
right
hold-
now.
No, okay, let's stop because it's bothering him. So let's stop. Go and put your mic. Tim, put it back on. Yeah, he's good.
Meatloaf!
No. All right, cool. So, you guys are now at the edge of the forest after your massive battle. Bunch of dead bodies everywhere, ashes of liches.
Oh yeah, you said you'd give us loot.
Yeah, I told you you found 400 coins across the battlefield, like digging into all these undead pockets. Everybody gets 100, and the NPCs take 50 each.
Oh fuck! I don't have my papers.
Go and grab them.
Aaron, did I also get that one item we discussed?
I'm gonna fuck up your
I have
cameras.
no idea what item you're even talking about.
Yes, you do.
I actually really have no idea what item you're talking about.
Oh my god.
So the
No,
answer
you
is
didn't find that item yet.
no.
In
Obviously.
Skype, he asked me what type of item I would want, and I
Oh
told
no
him.
no! That's not from here. That's not from this thing.
That's a bit different fight. It has yet to happen.
Yeah, that's a future. So, you're 3 of you, the 5 of you, including Metalath and Malin, are sitting there. Maybe Malin's crying as Metalath's digging a grave for Zammer.
Oh, I'm gonna be eating in that process.
So you're sitting down, you're just kind of, eating some food.
No, I'm digging a grave. Is what
Oh,
you were
you're-
just talking about.
Okay, I thought you said you were sitting there just eating that. I was like, what?
Aiding in the process.
Eating.
Does not
I
sound
heard
like eating.
So, okay, so you're both digging a hole. What are you doing, Limrod?
Me?
Are you just picking through all the bodies at this point? Is that what's happening?
Well, yeah, I guess I'd be searching the bodies for anything, artifacts, but being careful of, like, curses.
Okay. So you just search through the bodies for a little while. You don't really find anything besides the coins. They didn't really, and like they're rotted like weapons that have been around for a couple hundred years. So are you guys ready to continue off on your trip? Metal, I think, kind of looks up after finishes digging the thing or reburying, Zammer, not reburying, but burying, and kind of looks over. So it goes, well, it's time to go.
Yeah, yes it is. As I tie all 3 of these weapons I have together to hold them because I'm getting too much stuff to carry.
Mythloth goes, I can hold one of your spears if you want. Give me one of the shiny ones.
All right, so I hand them the standard, regular, old
You
two-handed
bastard.
lance, which is which one am I gonna give him?
I know, it's fine. I was just messing with you. So you give
Which
him
is
one of his
about
lances. He holds on
3
to it.
times his height.
Yep. So we'll see how that goes, how poorly that. He kind of looks at it and goes, well, this is a bad idea. And he goes, Malin, and he throws it over to Malin. So Malin now has one-handed, or a
Two-handed
lance.
lance.
All right, so you guys get ready to set off. You're going to need to make me a perilous journey. Are you continuing further into the forest? What is your plan of action?
Well, we gotta get more information. I suggest to everybody because we don't know what we're doing. We're just wandering around aimlessly. We gotta leave, figure out what we're doing, and then come back.
Yeah, I think that Limrot mentions that maybe this was a little too perilous of a start in, and obviously there's more to this forest, and we probably need more information. And I ask if anyone knows of a town nearby that we could stop to.
Well, Metalath goes, well, there was that that halfling guy that was telling us some information about the place, and then we decided just to up and run and just be rude to him. We could maybe try
Oh,
talking to
Shady
him
Hollows? We can go back there.
again. Shady Hollow is probably the closest. If you're looking for city, I remember looking at the. Someone give me a. You guys remember that Malad is to the south from looking at your map in your battle in your war room in Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
Are you back, Samuel, or no? He's still stepped away. So it's your guys' decision, and I can roll for both of you then.
I remember that.
So are you a trailblazer then, Mike? Is an assumption?
I've always set the trail.
I can do both. I could do quartermaster and scout.
Okay, so trailblazer.
Oh, or he could just crush it.
Okay, yeah, he's.
Wait, what did I roll?
You rolled a 9.
No,
Are you
I
lying to
rolled
me?
a 9.
Yes, I'm lying to you, Mike. You rolled an 11.
You know what that is,
Tim.
then.
No,
It's
no.
Go ahead and roll that, and I won't have any food.
Tim, hey, go ahead and roll your. No, quartermaster's great. It's just a trailblazer, so let's see how it goes. I need you, Samuel, to make. Oh, I didn't actually edit your guys' names. I apologize. You're still Colt on this screen for some reason.
He's been Colt for 2 sessions now. Wait, yeah, 2 sessions.
He's Samuel, you mean? This
Or
is
he
a different
hasn't-
screen.
He
so
hasn't
that's why.
been Colt. He hasn't been Colt.
Yes, but this is a different screen, so I apologize. You are now Samuel. Okay, Samuel, please make me a scout roll as they're making you march ahead. Cool. So you're prepared to deter. You'll notice any danger before it happens. So you set off, and Metalast's like, we should go that way, as he points off to the west, because he realizes that's the way. And Mike's like, or Limrot looks and goes, no, it's this way. And you start to wander in that direction. You're not really sure which way you're going. And you travel this way for about 2 days, because you know it took a couple days to get out
I don't
of
know
the
which
forest.
way is which way.
I'm not gonna move your party until you find out where you're at. I'm actually gonna remove you guys from this layer for the moment being.
Bitch.
I will move you.
With me.
So you travel for about 2 days, and on the second day, Samuel, as you're walking in front, you start to hear footsteps. What do you do? It seems like they're just walking. They're not running. They seem pretty calm. So, Sammy, what do you do as you hear these footsteps, just kind of walking? They're kind of coming towards your direction.
I guess I'll ready myself.
Okay, so do you...
Call out.
Okay. So, Bethelath kind of hides, like, behind a bush, and Malin's, like, kneeled down next to him. What are the other two doing?
I vanish into my cape.
You're what? Oh, you vanished
I vanish into my cape, and then I kind of step off to the side.
Okay, it's yours. What were you doing? I'm sorry?
Just standing in the open. Don't hide from anything.
He
Shit.
starts pissing.
So,
Pissing on your cape. Make it smell better.
okay. So, you come walking up. You guys kind of, like, hide and prepare to see what's coming. As you see a bunch of halflings walking towards what Metalath would assume would be the direction of Shady Hollow.
Do they look murderable?
They look very murderable. I mean, if that's what
We're not
you-
murdering
I mean,
them.
if you want to murder them, you technically could. And as you have this thought limit, like, I wonder if I can steal their items. 2 more people follow.
Kara's dead.
Yeah, someone.
Regular people or
You
disgusting
see,
ones?
If you wish, Synthel, please describe your character as you're walking down, with this group of halflings.
I have a question about that first.
Sure.
Did we just rescue them, or has it been a while since we're like
It's been
with them?
It's probably been like 4 days you've been walking with these halflings. You're about 2-day trip out of Shady Hollow right now, so it's about a week to travel through the forest itself.
Okay, so we've already been through like the journey of like getting them to safety, and we're pretty much just finishing it off, like getting them to where we want
Kind of in a sense,
need
like
to
this
go.
is a travel. This is a trail you've probably walked a few different times. You know if it's safe or not.
Okay, so I'm in my human form, just walking probably in the middle of this group of halflings, and
Right.
So
What
it
does your
looks
character?
normal.
What's he
leading them.
look like?
okay, so basically it's a human. He has antlers on his head. He's holding a staff, basically just in basic like adventuring like robes,
Okay.
boots, nothing fancy, just
Okay.
basic clothing.
Cool. So you see this walking, and then behind him, Kazumi. Are you in your humanoid form, human form, or in your like what? What do they see as they see you walking? On 4 legs or 2?
It'll be 2 legs.
Okay. So,
If it's on 4, it has to be a trot.
so you're walking. Can you describe what your character looks like? What they see?
Well, she would definitely be behind everyone. So, she's very petite, and she has long brown hair and like piercing amber eyes, and like very, very profound claws, and obviously her many 9 tails.
Yes.
Hmm.
Fluffing in the wind.
So I approach and say, "Good day.
So,
I was wondering if you could help me. I see you have halflings. You wouldn't have to be going to Shady Hollows, would you?"
So you both see this person just pop up out of like a bush or something like that.
I was never hiding
All
to
right.
begin with.
So you just see him off to the side. You just see him just to kind of start walking toward you. Very intimidating man in like a leather tunic, with 2 spears on his back. Looks like there was a
Lances.
lance, whatever. It's a freaking lance spear. A spot where a dagger might have been at one point in time on his side. And he looks alone. What do you 2 do?
I'm definitely not hiding.
You're not hiding? Okay, and you have a Samuel.
Okay,
Man
so
in
people,
gigantic
I'm off
shiny
to the
plate.
side of the
Yeah.
party, but I'm not visible.
We happen to have a someone who's not very good at traversing the way. He's gotten us lost again. You don't suppose we could travel with you back to Shady Hollow? If that's where you're going.
I don't respond, but I look back at Kazumi and just like sort of nudge her to come up just in case something happens, and then turn around. And
Keep walking.
we are heading to Shady Hollow we are escorting these halflings that we have rescued. It's been about a 4-day trip, so if you're wanting to join and you're not going to be a risk to us, I suppose.
The 3
Oh.
original players, please consume 2 dungeon rations, by the way, for this trip that you guys made to get lost.
Screw your
And then-
dungeon.
And then, as you say that you're going to Shady Hollow, this dwarf from a bush pops and goes, "You're going to Shady Hollow? I'm in." And he starts like trotting forward towards you.
My character will speak up, but invisible next to him, saying, "What god do you follow? Are you guys followers of Serenity?"
You would not be the god.
Uh,
You would not. You would not.
I
be most
don't.
likely.
No, I don't. I was going to ask you this beforehand, but it's too late now.
All right.
My character just shakes his head.
Kazumi, you technically could be a follower of Serenity. She is the goddess of sun and fire, I believe is what it is. So that's up to you if you wish to be a follower or not.
I do have a question.
Sure.
Am I the only kitsune in this world?
Yeah, you weren't. You were dragged from outside of the tower. So within this tower, as far as you are aware, there is not a single other one that exists.
So
least
wouldn't they like be super like worried about what I was?
The only
No.
maybe not is because the amount of
Can I-
random weird crap they have seen in this.
It would
place.
probably be me
Walk
that would
around with a
remember you.
salamander.
It's true. They were walking around the salamander.
It's not that weird to walk around with animal. I probably just think you're a druid, honestly.
They may not know specifically what you are, but they can make a assumption.
My character would probably know.
Reasonably.
It depends. How old was your race?
Also possibly no.
Well,
Because I'm still from outside the tower.
Well, let's let her talk.
she's like hundreds of years old, so
It could work with
Yeah,
Mike's.
pretty young. So
Mike is tens of
If
thousands.
you go ahead, Mike, give me a spout lore on Kitsune to see how much you know, and Kazumi, give me a spout lore on
okay,
Salamanders
GM,
to see how much
hit
you
my
know.
spout lore.
I will think about it.
Kazumi knows a lot about you.
Yep, let's see how much you know about her. How much do you...
You know a lot about each other.
So, yeah, I guess maybe your
Creepy.
races have crossed paths here and there. You would know that his race is... I don't know the word. Whether their home is located in the north part of the continent that the original world has been created on, surrounded by volcanoes. And they have a pygmy issue where pygmies would come up or come down from the mountainsides and attack his village to capture them and typically eat them, which is why he has kind of a hate for halflings or a dislike. Mike, Kazumi, if you wish, you can tell him what he knows, because I specifically don't know enough about Kitsune to give him enough information.
It would be more. My knowledge would probably be more of like your race's history outside of the tower, like maybe like I don't know where they were grouped, what they used to be like.
If you're secluded, or if you like travel in like almost in a sense of pack. If you want, you can give some information to him.
I don't think they travel in packs mostly, but they're like trickster beings. Like they love to pull pranks. Well, some do. Some of them are benign, but Kazumi is definitely the trickster type.
Perfect.
So that's some of the information you would know. And they know that they typically stay in one, like, do they pick a forest and that's the forest they stay in? Or do they kind of like travel around as they get bored?
I would assume that they're like more traveling
Okay.
than anything.
Circus folk.
Did cameras just drop again? No, they didn't.
No, sorry. I'm trying to get your cameras to work because all I
Okay.
can see is Nick.
Yeah, I'll restart mine really fast. Tim, can you turn yours on too?
Wait, am I not working?
Yours is
No,
yours is
yours
off for now,
is-
Mike. Oh, Moko also.
You're all
I
just spitting to me. Oh,
I
there
can
we go.
honest-
Logan went live.
Restart them. Oh,
There
God,
we
I
go.
messed up everything.
Oh, I can see Mike now. Good.
Yep.
And I can't see Aaron. This is an
I
improvement.
can't see.
I can't see Aaron. I can't see Tim, and I can't see.
Oh my God, there's
Okay,
an
see-
Australian.
I know, he's not
hold
upside
on,
down, right?
hold on.
Yeah.
Embrace your stereotypes. Okay,
Extremely.
give me a half second here to edit the cameras really fast since they all just got messed up because of this.
I still can't see.
Well, I can see everybody but Tim.
Yeah, I can't see Tim yet. Tim, you might
I
wanna-
can't see
might wanna restart
Aaron.
yours.
I already tried that.
We'll try one more time. If not, just leave it on like that, and that way it doesn't screw up the layout.
Yeah, you could be a spinning little circle.
Yeah, it's
I was
not like
about
you
to
look
screw the
like
layup.
Eminem in the
It's trying to load your
6
greatness.
Mile like hail.
Kazumi, do I need to put it now?
I don't have blonde hair, but thank you.
Can't tell, it's in black and white.
Ooh.
It's you
You
can
racist.
still tell.
Uh, why'd he drop? There, okay, he's back. Alright, that worked.
Anyway,
there we go.
Now
So-
he's ruined all my stuff, but it's fixed
just
now.
to make this
Now I
quote,
can't see
Aaron, is that my character is from outside the tower, so he
Yeah, I
would
can see
heard
no cameras now.
he would have heard of the Kitsune.
Some kind
He
of
might not
legend.
know anything about them, but he knows that.
You'll have to do a spout lore to see
Yep.
if you know them.
As
Yeah.
long as you get at least a 7, you'll have at least heard of like the rumors and legends of them.
Yeah, because they're tricksters.
So you have heard of their rumors and legends.
I doubt that they're very out.
You would
Ow.
maybe know what they look like.
So my character just kind of sits there, puts a giant thing. He's like,
Wait, did you even spout lore?
He did.
I did
You got a
at 10. So I sit there with my, I put my hands on my shoulders, like, you're a Kitsune. I don't trust you. As I continue to walk with turn and walk in the direction they were going.
Malin walks up to you, Kazumi, which no one knows the name. She kind of holds her hand out to you and she goes, "The name's Malin."
What does Malin look like?
She would be a brunette, long-haired, kind of. I believe she's an. I don't know if she's an elf or not. I think she's a human. She has an instrument on her back, and she's wearing just kind of like traveler's clothes. Nothing like super fancy like that. You would take her as like a minstrel
And she has a lot
of daggers that just appear out of nowhere.
She is a cloak of infinite daggers.
What happened with the cameras again, guys?
I don't know. I can see everyone but
It's
you. now,
just
now.
yours.
Why-
Yeah,
mine-
I
mine turned
just
off that
can't
time.
see Aaron.
I don't want to end the call because we'll all drop that way, so I'm not going to do that. You guys might just you put it on.
Hey,
Watch
here
on
we
the
go.
stream so you can see my face.
Tim's still in a dark
Nobody wants
room.
to see
Too far
his
behind.
face.
I can't do that.
All right, that's
What do you
fine.
want me to do, Mike?
It's fine.
I don't know. Your
So
brother sleeps all day.
And all night.
whatever. Stop.
In fact, his brother's never
Can we
awake.
just stop and like let's just go on with the story?
Yeah, I've already started walking towards Shitty Hollow.
No. So Malin kind of walked up to her and like she puts her hand out. She's like, "Name's Malin. What do you do?"
She looks at her hand and she's like, I don't know what that is, and she walks past.
She goes, "Rude."
I chuckle.
And she just kind of looks over. Malin or Metalath kind of walks and like walks towards the druid and kind of like looks him up, looks him down, looks him up. He goes, "You know you got a thing on your head, right?"
Oh, really? Oh, right. I have antlers.
Oh, as long as you're aware. You go, and he kind of holds his hand out to you and goes, "Metalath, good to meet you."
I gotta like awkwardly fist bump him.
He looks at you just like
He like fists into his hand.
he goes, "Can I get a name at least?"
Sinethel.
Pleasure to meet you,
Like,
Stinner.
continue to try and fist bump him.
As you like shift back and forth between handshakes and fist bumping together.
Yeah.
So he just gives at one point. He goes, "Appreciate the assistance." Does anybody else want you to introduce themselves before you all start to walk?
I'd say so.
All right. So what do you do, Samuel?
Samuel holsters his warhammer and keeps his shield out and walks up to Kazumi first.
So the
Hello.
shield's like off to like the side, like you're kind of like swaying with your arm, but in your hand still.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen anyone like you before.
Let's hope we don't make this a habit.
Okay.
We just kind of like, huh. All right. So you guys kind of keep
What a habit.
meeting random strangers.
Ah,
Limerick kind of goes. "Row, row."
exactly.
So you all, I guess, start to walk. They begrudgingly accept, assist you. I'm gonna need a perilous journey. Sinethel and Kazumi, you're gonna make a roll on this one. So I will let either Samuel, Limrat, or Sioris make the quartermaster, but either
Out to the
Kazumi
quartermaster.
or Sinethel, you are the trailblazer or scout.
Suppose
She's
I
the
would
scout.
Be
Perfect.
Okay. Never mind.
And you're the trailblazer.
So I get a 7 on my perilous journey quartermaster.
Right, go ahead and mark experience, Kazumi, since you did roll a 6, which is a fail roll, and I get to make a move. So you guys go traveling for about a day. Do you guys just chat up a little bit, get to know each other at all, or is it just kind of like quiet, like you can stay in your two separate groups?
I'd say that we talk.
Okay.
I try to mix with Samuel to try and get to know
I
him.
talk to the dwarfs, and I ask.
Halflings?
Yeah, and I pretty much ask them, what their mission is and what they've been up to, how their journeys have gone.
As you look at them, like from far away, they seem like they were like in pretty decent shape. When you get close to them, they're like you see like scars all over their shoulders where their like tunic couldn't cover. You see on their wrists iron shackles that have been broken between. And they look at you and go, "Travels, we're lucky to be alive."
I show them my hands and my arms and stuff. I go, yeah, me too.
Yeah, and they're kind of looking like. Thanks to those two, as they point over to Kazumi and Zenithel, one of them speaks up and goes, "They're helping us escape the plantations to the east.
Oh, where you guys headed off to?
We heard of a refugee camp in Shady Hollow, so they're leading us that way."
Oh, I think we've been there before.
Well, that's good, I guess.
We just don't quite know where we're at right now. And then I point over at Sioris and I say, we kind of let him lead us around.
Humans, they have no sense of direction sometimes.
Yeah, I'll say he's
they're
actually
worse
pretty
than-
favorable
elves
of
are
chaos,
worse.
so you just have to take everything he says with a grain of salt.
I'll keep that in mind. As they, like, walk away, kind of, like, really not paying attention to what you said at the end, because they don't care. And then, so, around the end of the day, it's starting to get dusk. Kazumi, you're scouting ahead. You're kind of, you've left the party a little bit, trying to make out sure that nothing's going to happen during dark, so you guys can prepare a proper camp.
I would definitely be in like my fox form for that.
So you're kind of in your fox form, kind of like shifting around, and all of a sudden your tails kind of like perk up as you sense something, and you look to your right, and as you do, this wolf leaps out of a bush on top of you. What do you do as it jumps towards you?
Definitely move out the way for sure.
Okay. So you try to jump out of the way. As you do, this sword swings down, slicing the wolf's head in half. And it looks towards this man in his plate armor of like silver and chrome. Comes kind of like just turns and looks at you and goes, "You should be more careful." Even though you're in like Fox, he thinks he's just talking to an animal. Do you do anything?
Well, I can speak to him telepathically. I would definitely thank him and ask him what is he doing out here.
So you thank him, and as you see, 3 more people come running up behind him. One is a female cleric, the other one is a female thief, and then you see a ranger. And the 2 females kind of run and go like, "Oh, that was so amazing! You saved that cuddly little animal. You're so great!" And you just see the ranger in the back like, "Oh, what the hell did I get myself into?"
Are we awake?
And you guys may have heard this wolf cry out. It's not, you guys aren't sleeping. She just kind of like wandered off a little bit to kind of like scout the area to make sure it was safe. So you may have heard like you hear the wolf howl, and then you hear this like "Ah, da, 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 da," kind of off in the distance. Do any of you guys want to go check it out? Because that's in the direction that
I'll
Kazumi
check it
went.
out.
Is anybody else gonna?
All right, I
follow?
guess I'll go
I'll
as
put
well.
on my my invisible cloak and go and check it out.
Okay, so everybody starts to go with that direction. It sounds like, and
Just-
check. The halflings kind of like sit by at the camp because they don't want to leave. They feel safe there. Metalathan, I guess Mal would stay behind, just to kind of keep watch, make sure nothing like sneaks up on him to kill him.
Hey,
And
nod.
Hold on. As I see Limrod go invisible somehow, I turn into a little cat just to be a little bit smaller so that if it's dangerous, they don't see me straight away.
all right, go and give me a shapeshift roll.
Wouldn't that be a nah,
You turn into like a domestic house
the
cat.
racial? Yeah.
Right, so it's you're able to do it. It's just you still roll a shapeshift. It's just that you now
Okay.
have that group of animals you can turn into on top of the other one.
Yeah,
So-
Okay.
he can do it twice, right?
He can shapeshift as much as he wants, but he has. And when you turn into the cat, you get the power. I'm gonna give you the move to.
Move of adorableness.
Agility.
I was gonna go with just like you're able to scratch, so you're able to like cause minor scratches. That's what you're
Ooh.
able to do. It
Highly
doesn't
infectious.
really do any damage, but it's really really annoying. So
All right. So we're walking in a direction. You said there's 3 NPCs, 3 new NPCs
There's-
following a man in plate armor.
there's a man in plate armor who like just cut the, and you see Kazumi, you see a fox, which you would assume because you see 9 tails, and she would have transformed before she left the group, I guess. And you see them all, and they're just, it says the one thing, and this paladin goes, "It speaks. It might be a demon," as it like starts to like raise its sword. Do you say?
I'm
anything?
sorry. Wait, what? What's a demon?
Are we there yet, or?
You all kind of pull up at this point. He kind
So
of
I
turns
say,
and
hey,
looks
do
at
you guys have anything to give us?
It looks at you and like, no.
And then I say,
as they go, no.
man, you
and they
guys
try to
should
find
really
where
be
this
more
voice is.
helpful to nearby passerbys. Can you guys give us something before being on your way? As I force their mind.
So you can go ahead and roll a firebrand if you wish.
Oh my god.
That was a great way of doing it. I approve of that. You roll a 7. So they go, well,
Yeah,
I don't
got
really
something for
got I don't really got much to give you.
you. I do.
But
I got a bird.
I could pass along some information as they kind of turn, trying to. They actually go talk to Seoris because they can't see Limrat, and Limrat's like right behind him.
All right. I
invisible
was
in a
like, great.
So
Tell me what you like.
So he walks up to you and goes, "Can't really give you. We don't have any food or any extra food or anything." He goes. He kind of puts his hand out, and he's gonna introduce himself. Do you put your hand out at the same time, or you kind of wait? Till
Yeah,
he
I
says
go
his name?
for the
The lumberjack
the-
with
the wrist to wrist.
Okay, and he kind of mentions. He goes, "The name's Pete."
Pete, Seoris.
So he goes, "If you're looking for information, well, The only information I got really right now is this wood dangerous as his mother. It's not safe, and
Wouldn't believe it.
sadly, we could actually use some help.
We could too.
We were escorting a little girl to her family's house, and we got lost on the way, and I think we ended up entering the Mystic Woods. We were supposed to be in the Royal Woods.
You left a small child in a forest of this.
They go,
nature.
no, you misunderstand. We were set upon by wolves, and she was in the back, and she fled while we were trying to defend her.
In
And
these woods?
she's now lost. This was right. It's this. Eddie points down to the wolf on the ground like this is the last one. She's lost, and
All right.
we could use
I
some
will-
help finding her.
I will help you in the search.
So, Amell, or
What's the plan? How should I begin my search?
why don't you and your group go this way? We'll go that way. If you find her, set up some kind of. Do any of you have magic that you could maybe shoot up into the air where we could see like a flare or something?
No, not to my knowledge. Nobody here has magic.
Reasonably, Kazumi, you might be able to fictionally like you could make a foxfire and like throw it. Into
I
the
say
sky.
yes, we do. I can do it.
Excellent. If you find her, throw it up. We'll know that she is safe if you can, take her towards her grandma's. That'd be awesome. Not grandma's, the family. Grandma's in the freaking city. That's where you guys would have found her originally, but no. They go excellent. If we find her, our archer will shoot up a flaming arrow. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "I'm a ranger." And he kind of stomps off like he just hates the party he's in. You can just tell his disdain for the people he's with. As the two other women just fawn over the paladin and his amazing speaking skills. Okay, so they all kind of they're still fawning over him a bit more. But they kind of like stare at Seoris a little bit and just kind of like whisper and chuckle a little bit in your direction, Seoris.
My character kind of goes.
Roll my eyes a little
What
bit.
part of that was useful information?
It doesn't matter. There's a small child that needs our assistance.
They usefully informed you that this is a dangerous place. That's what was useful.
Let me tell you. Not all information is useful information. It is what you do with it that matters.
There's nothing to do with the No, shut up.
Typical
Save a
Seaforth.
small child,
Let's
Samuel,
go.
obviously, unless you don't care about children. I thought you were supposed to be the stalwart defender of good, and yet you won't help find a child?
No, what you're
Shame
saying
on you.
is
That's too
stupid.
shit forsaken you.
So you guys all have this conversation as you're
So
walking
chaotic.
back to camp to grab Metalath and Malin.
Well, you mean like killing the Baron?
You're chaotic and rude, Seoris.
I don't see how that's chaotic. How any of my actions have been chaotic.
So you have this happen, and at that same time you hear Metalath go, "Chaotic." You want to take chaotic, and you all kind of look up, and all the halflings are gone from the camp. What do you guys do?
Where did they go?
He goes,
Sintel shapeshifts out of his cat into human again.
okay, so you spend all your hold, you go back to the cat or to human form with antlers, and Metalath goes, "Well, they heard a cry of a wolf, and they got scared, and they just ran off. I mean, they ran in the direction towards Shady Hollow. They'll probably be okay. I mean, we really just clear out a bunch of the undead,
Sounds good to me.
Isn't it?
Relieves us
So-
of a duty when we have something else to do. As I look at Seoris.
And Metalath kind of looks and goes, "What do we got to do now, Seoris?"
Yeah,
There's a
which one
small
are you gonna
child that
save?
needs assistance.
There's
Those
no
half-
choice.
Which
have
small
sur-
children are we assisting?
Well, a small child, as far as I know. We have to find her.
Oh, just the one small child, not the many.
Look, Limrod, they're survivors. They're gonna survive this woods.
Metalath just because, or
Hey.
Metalath kind of speaks and goes, just because they're short does not make them children.
And I pat him on the head and go, "Okay, little guy.
And you
How
wonder
old
why
are you?"
you wonder why you have now a -1 loyalty with Metalath.
So have fun using him.
So, you all kind of pack up the camp you were getting ready to set. It is getting dark. So, I'm
Shucks,
assuming
we don't even know what the girl's name is. As I say as we're walking off.
you don't know her name. Perfect. All right. So, I'm going to need a...
Little girl.
We're going to do kind of a search party. So, everybody can make a scout roll. to see if anybody's able to just like as you're wandering through, you find her, maybe hidden like under a tree or in a bush.
I'll roll a scout roll. Oh, never mind. Apparently, I'm not rolling.
And I said everybody. Make a
All,
scout roll.
all roll scout.
So whoever wants to try to looking for this child, like actually try looking for it. they
Samuel
roll.
finds a small child.
I'm
Well,
running
not apparently
Samuel.
finds it first.
Okay, so both of you can mark experience.
So does Synthol.
Yep. So what happens is you guys
Synth.
go wandering off in the
Synth.
forest. You don't really.
Sound like a cleaning product.
You spread out in like one of those like search party lines, so you're all within like earshot of each other, and you're not far enough away or to really worry about things. As you're traveling through, we have Sinethel, Limrut, and Seors are kind of all in the middle, and Kazumi and Samuel are on the outsides. And Samuel and Kazumi, you're just looking around, and you see nothing. And then you hear from all three of them, "There she is!" All like in unison. As the girl kind of like pokes her head up and sees you and looks right at the fox, and just like screams and starts running away. What do you guys do?
Wait, as I
She, like,
run towards
shakes
her.
her head and she's like, "Stupid children."
So you yell, "Wait!" Go ahead and give me a parlay roll. It's a
Which
it's a
is-
charisma roll. Okay.
Oh God.
So let's see here. I haven't actually used a parlay in so long. I need to look up what it actually like entails.
Sorry, I was muted. I meant
I
to
need
say
to make
my
a
character
promise.
yells out, "Wait, we're here to help you."
That's fine. Samuel's made the technically I've heard him first, so it's your own fault for muting yourself.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm crunching on chips, man. You want?
I think you should use Firebrand and say it's in your best interest to stay with
Basically, I
us.
believe. So a parlay on a 7 to 9, they will do what you ask, but need some concrete assurance of your promise right now. So, how do you give them this concrete assurance? Like, what do you say to convince her? Is it something by your God that you promised her?
Yeah, I promise on my God and my life that I am not here to hurt her. I even put down my weapon and hold out my hand.
As she's fleeing in terror behind you. That's fine. So she hears this. She kind of stops. And she kind of looks. Her eyes are covered in tears, like they're just like she's like covered in like muck on her face, and she goes, "You promise?"
Promise.
And she goes, "Okay." And she like cautiously walks towards the group, like staring at the nine-tailed fox human, like not entirely sure. Have you transformed back or no?
No, not yet.
All right, so she just kind of stares at this like fox, just warily, as she walks to the opposite side, around towards Samuel, and like hide behind Samuel.
I tell her that she's not scary once you get to know her.
I give assurance on what Limrod says.
She kind of like relaxes a tiny bit, but really silly, cautious, not really sure.
You say your face is covered in mud?
Yeah, she's like, well, she was hiding like on the ground, like
I clean it up.
wipe it
Uh,
off. She kind of like she looks, it's a girl. She's about 9 years old. She has on a cape and like a dress, like a summer dress.
I like your cape.
She goes, "Thank you." She kind of like holds it. She's like, "My dad made it for me."
What color is it?
It is pink.
Pink. It's a good color. You stand out.
Yes, it helps. If I get lost, they can help. They can find me.
Hmm.
I wander a little bit too often.
Wow, there's a smart man then.
I holster
I
my
ask her
warhammer
what
and,
her name is.
My name is Rose.
Not Little
Pink
Red.
and Rose. Hmm.
No, just Rose.
Does her cape have a hood to it?
No.
Okay.
Her name is
Just
Annie.
checking.
Mhm.
Are we going to your grandmother's house?
No, my family's house. I came from my grandmother's. My grandmother lives in the city in Glassboro.
Okay.
Jeez, little girl traveled a long distance.
Well, they were going from Glassboro to the Royal Woods, and they got lost in the woods. And this is where they ended up at after a few days.
I holster my warhammer and pick her up.
How many Warhammers do you have to holster, man?
No, I said it before,
Yeah.
but I was interrupted. God.
So,
It's like I holster my Warhammer.
Limerick, you have the thought to launch the flare into the air to inform the other party that you found her. Do you actually do it?
You're muted.
You're muted, yeah.
Yes, I'll launch the flare into the air.
Okay, you just launch. I'm
He
not
creates a
gonna do rolls.
boulder in the air and it crushes him.
I just create a flame and then I throw the flame into the air and I make the flame explode in midair.
Oh, I'm sorry. You create a flame, you throw it in the air, and then you drop your shield.
Yes.
I
So,
only have an arm, not a shield.
Such a meme.
So you go ahead and you launch it up. So they're now aware. So they're gonna stop looking. They'll probably head towards Shady Hollow most likely. She goes. Well, my family's in the Royal Woods. I don't really know the way, but I know the direction. If you want to go, she points like towards the north.
I take a contemplation. I say, we got time.
She kind of like comes up and she hugs you. She's like, "Thank you."
I say we should probably
Absolutely
drop her off
childish,
with
I like.
people that are searching for her.
Comfort her.
I didn't hear what you said, Mike. I'm sorry.
I insist that we probably bring her back to those people, so we should probably go back to the place where those people would meet us.
Okay, so you're gonna go to Shady Hollow. We're gonna go instead. Okay.
That's where I would like to go. Drop
So
her off at Shady Hollow, where
Mal-
it's safe.
Malin kind of looks at you and goes. She just walks up to you and she slaps you across the face. She goes, "This child has been missing her family for days, and you want her to spend more time away from them? You monster."
And I take her by her shoulders and say, "You make sure nothing kills her while we head off into a general direction." And I said, "That will be on you." Agreed?
So,
Oh, rolling my eyes is his fine. I'll do it myself.
all right. So I'm gonna have. Let's see here. Who wants to take the Trailblazer on this one?
If I'm doing it myself, I'll do it.
You'll get a plus.
Limrat
you'll get a
Limrat
plus
says
to
that
it.
he's
Oh.
not all for bringing a child into a possibly more dangerous situation. And he says that if people want to move, I'll follow, but you guys will lead the way.
Metla speaks up and goes,
I get an additional
nothing
plus
more
1,
safe
it's a
than being
9.
with us." Okay. So you kind of start traveling in the direction she's going. I'm not going to have a scout roll or a quartermaster roll since you guys, this is kind of on top of what you already did, but you are going to spend an additional 2 dungeon rations for everybody if you consume them. I believe Sinethel does not. He lives off the land. So if not, go ahead and
Wait,
consume.
Sinethel's able to live off the land?
Yeah.
I start trying to bum rations off of him then.
Sinethel has no rations in his inventory.
I have him show me stuff that I can eat off of the land.
It's
Technically,
really gross.
wouldn't
Like
I
when
need-
you
Great.
use
It's
Well,
moss.
Is it
that's
something
not-
that a lizard wouldn't eat? Can you
This-
give me an
this-
example?
Okay, this is an actual
like moss.
skill within.
You
Hey,
just
Dungeon
told me
Lord?
he's able to find edible food
No,
off of the land.
that's the name of the skill. He live on, but he does not consume any kind of ration. He's able to find food for himself and only himself.
Yes, he licks rocks.
But
Pretty sure it works the same as any other food.
it does not.
Samuel eats the last of his rations and tosses
The
the
forest
bag.
sustains him magically.
Hey, we don't leave. We don't litter.
Yet.
It's disposable.
It's biodegradable.
Yeah, there you go.
Roll your eyes. That technology isn't around yet.
Yes.
Neither it's plastics.
Yes, but there's magic.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone invented a magical plastic. Boom.
Yeah, well, I'm out of rations, is what that action was trying to say.
Sucks to be you, Samuel.
So chaotic and rude.
I turn and look over at.
How am I being either chaotic or rude?
So I turn and look over
As you
at.
just litter, that's chaotic behavior.
All right, enough with the stupid chaotic crap.
Still rude.
So Sam, we look at Metal looks over at Sam and goes, "Sioris, Samuel
Yes.
needs food. He's out.
Mmm.
You're our storage bank. Feed him."
Storage bank. Mess laugh.
You carry all the stuff. You're the
I
storage
carry
bank.
this stuff because I am well. I am.
He
am
makes
able
a
to
point.
carry
You
everything.
are rather greedy and
Encumbered.
decide to hold all of the food and never give it out.
Yes. Why don't you
That's
just pass
because
it out to
I
all
have
of us?
taken
As Smith
most
laughs
of
And
it.
holds
I'll
out a
say,
hand
is
for
this
dungeon
not a
action.
chance for you to be giving? And then my eyes raised just like that.
None
I
of
go-
you have food.
I say, you're right. Don't give him a dime. I was like,
Do
let's
any of
be on
you-
our way.
As I say,
Let's
do
be
any
on
of
our
you
way.
carry your own food?
How many rations do you have, Sioris?
That's not the question.
Like
I said, do any
35.
of you have food?
Does anyone else in the group have 35 rations?
I don't have 35 rations.
Malin slowly
Does-
starts to raise her hand.
It's because it's an NPC.
Yeah. So then.
Cynthia
then,
just
you know,
like shrugs and is like, "What is food?"
I say
What is
maybe
this?
as a party vote we should re-spread out our rations.
All right, great. You can get rations next time you're in town.
No,
These
let's
are
just
my
say-
rations that
let's
I have
count
bought.
the
Oh
rations.
my
Oh.
god.
Oh.
And then
Chaos.
That's pretty chaotic.
Or actually, you know what?
Not
Limrod
chaotic.
cuts up and just looks at everyone else like, did everyone else hear that? And then he's like, all right, onward, guys.
You have a little bit of look of disdain from the party at this point, Seoris.
Whatever. If they want
I'm
to
just
fucking
like,
call me
you know-
chaotic, then I can be chaotic. They ain't getting food from me.
I'm just saying you're just having disdain from even like Malin and
Melon has
Nicolette,
food. Melon doesn't give a shit.
but they're looking at the disdain of your choice of to not give Samuel any food when he's weak
Sorry.
and defenseless in a sense.
Samuel's calling me chaotic. He's making my character upset. He's not getting anything
Samuel.
from him.
It's fine.
My character
That's how it
comes
is.
over and opens up his 2 rations, and he
hands
gives
one.
you one of them.
I won't let him. He needs it.
And while I do that, no, I insist and I push it to you while looking at Seoris. I say, please eat well, my friend. And then I whisper to him, you've done more for me than you know.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So do you take do you take the ration?
I
in this
guess.
convincing manner. Okay, so you take the ration, so you do not take any negatives for this next day trip. So you take a trip, and as you are going along, I gotta pull up a thingy here. Where's my thingy? All right. So as you're wandering along, you
Did we bring the girl with us?
yes, the
Or-
girl is following with you at this
Okay.
point. You're kind of following her as she's pointing out directions to go for Seoris, back towards her family's house. And as she's pointing out, she goes, I'm so thirsty. As she looks at a pond, and she goes running down to the pond.
As I catch her and say, you don't know what's in that pond.
Give me a defy danger with your dex to see if you're able to grab her.
I'd like to discern realities.
I'd like to let her do it and follow her because I can purify water for her.
4.
Oh, good.
So, Seoris,
Is there any
you-
chance that I can roll a discern?
Grab her by her collar, like,
as
nope, you don't know what's there.
grab her and pull her back from behind 2 trees, 2 wards of just black jump out and snap right in the direction she was going towards.
Whoa.
And they turn to start to snarl. What do you do, Kazumi? Instantly.
Sorry.
What do you-
I transfer into a mountain lion with 2 hold.
I defend
You're
the
not
area.
Kazumi.
And Kazumi, what do you do as you see these?
She said both of
wolves?
us.
Grab the girl by her cape
Okay.
in my mouth and like toss her behind me so she lands on my back.
So you grab her, Seoris, and then you see the fox grab onto her cape and kind of whip her backwards into safety.
I look at Malin and say, whew, that would put a damper on her parents' day, huh?
She just kind of stares at you like, shut up. And at that same point, Malin takes a dagger and whips it at one of the wargs as, let's see, Seoris is defending.
I'd
so he's
like to
blocking the
aid.
area. And we'll let Sinithel, you transform into your mountain lion and you leap forward at this creature. You get, your hold move is going to be a claw, which will add a messy tag, and it'll deal a 1d8 when you use it.
Okay. So I'm gonna claw at the warg or wolf, whatever you
So you
said.
spend your 1 hold. Give me a hack and slash.
Oh no, not as a hold. Like as a like slashing towards it.
Oh, okay, go ahead and make your
7.
Okay, so as you do, the you go to slash it, you kind of leap it, and the warg just butts itself upwards, sending you flying as you scratch at it, and you hit it. Go and deal your damage, and you go rolling, tumbling down into the water.
Aaron, am I able to
Okay.
summon a weapon?
Let's
D6.
give me a second here. I'm gonna see what Sam does before anything else.
I hit that wolf at 6.
6.
That's not a
So
D8.
It's
I have a
this is
D6 of damage.
with the hold. If he spent the hold, he would have a D8. But since he didn't use his hold, he just does his D6. So he rolls down it, but he slashes at it as he's in the air, literally ripping the things. It kind of slumps to the ground with 3 claw marks through it, halfway through its body, and it dies.
Great. Can I expend the hold and just do damage equivalent to my level?
Sure.
Am I able to cast my weapon?
Okay, that's
yet?
Cast
8
your weapon,
damage.
Mike. Go ahead, that's fine.
Alright.
So you cast your weapon as Seoris, kind of.
No.
Just
No.
throws a harpoon at it through its
Watch
eye.
the
just
world
zip.
burn.
Yep, that was the
Alright.
wrong one, and then he rolls a 6. So Limrat goes to conjure. What kind of weapon were you conjuring?
Throwing dagger.
All right, so you conjure this dagger, and as you do, it your flames go out of control, maybe from the previous battle with the liches or some standing magic, and it bursts into flames on you, increasing your rage level by 1. And Sioris, you just harpoon this thing right through the head, and it just collapses to the ground dead. Citadel, you get up, and you're completely wet. As a cat.
I want to shake it off and just be like, yeah.
So he stays in cat form. He kind of
Just-
shakes off and like starts licking himself, trying to get himself clean.
Mm.
Can you give me a
Gross.
save versus poison? Give me a con save.
So I just roll 2d6 plus con.
Or defy danger with your con. Either way.
Okay. 9.
Whenever you're ready, Amell, I want to make moves.
So you are able to. Well, all the wolves are dead, but I will let you do what you want to do
Wargs?
after
Did
the
you say they were
wolves.
wargs?
They were wargs.
Okay.
So you're able. I'm gonna look at your character sheet here. You're able to fend off this poison by. You gotta pull up your character sheet, man. I have too many like things open right now.
Consuming a halfling's blood.
Thinking happy thoughts.
By you can just consume one of your antitoxins because you conveniently have them.
I have 3 of them,
You may
correct?
spend one of those, or if not, you can like kind of like cough up the water you like drank, but you're gonna deal yourself a 1d4 damage.
So you poison yourself.
I poison myself, or I just take a 1d4 in damage?
You take you'll be poisoned.
Okay.
That's
No, I
that's
just
what you
use
chose to happen, consuming.
I'll use an antitoxin.
Okay, yeah, pretty much. So, as this is happening, we're gonna see what
Ugh.
Samuel's doing. As you see Rose like tugging on the ears of Kazumi in her Vulpin form. So, Samuel, what do you do?
Samuel's gonna go down to the river and open up his adventuring pack and pull out like a pretty decently sized bowl
Okay.
and fill it with water.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Sanctify.
Okay. So go ahead and make your sanctify roll.
making a use of it.
He rolls really badly and kills her, and we're all fucked.
11.
Eight.
Crushes it. So you purify this water, this toxin like water.
And it's holy now.
It is now. You now have a bowl of holy water.
And it's purified.
You
I
may
walk-
you may consume it as a dungeon ration if it comes to pass, if needed. If not, you may just hold on to this now bowl of holy water.
I was going to give it to the girl because she was thirsty.
Oh, okay. So you walk in hand. So she's tugging on it, and she looks. She's like, "Ah, thank you," and she like guzzles it down.
Can we say that I do that once more to keep on me?
Sure.
Or-
You get to make another roll for it, but
Damn it.
I'll
Just
you
give it to
rolled
him.
an
Give it
11, that's
11,
fine.
man.
Yeah, you got it. That's
Okay.
fine. So you have another like, and you maybe put this in a vial.
Yeah.
So she goes, all right, let's set off. As Rose starts to walk in the same direction she was before.
Can I say something to the little girl?
Yeah, so she's starting to walk like towards the direction. What do you say?
I want to say you'll want to stay very close to the rest of the party if you want to see your family again.
She goes, okay.
Remember,
I'll
that's
remember
strangely
that.
cryptic.
Okay, so you continue to walk and travel for a while. It's getting late. It's time to rest. She makes mention that it's probably another half a day journey to get to her to the hut, the house. Sioris is the first person.
I
to take
offer to
watch.
take watch first.
So Sioris offers to take watch first, marking an experience. And as he says this,
Take-
you all go down. We'll do the rest of the watches in a minute.
Sorry.
So you all go to rest. Does anybody not sleep besides Sioris?
I won't
is there,
sleep.
More going. Everybody goes to sleep to rest, or at least rest in some form or way. But especially since you've already seen his role, it's too late. Everybody rests or goes off to do something. Does anybody have a skill specifically that states they do not sleep?
I mean, I'm going to be taking the last watch and I won't be going back to sleep at all.
Okay.
Because I need to commune with my god.
So everybody then rests since no one has a skill
It's
that
the
prevents them from
first
sleeping.
watch.
I was gonna do something before we actually went to sleep.
Okay,
Though.
so what do you want to do before all this stuff happens?
While we're all off, I'd like to speak to Kazumi, and I want to ask her, while gazing intensely into her eyes, what fuels the flames of your desire?
So this is a this is a move where your character, as a player, you must answer truthfully, either in character or out of character. If you think it's easier to describe it out of character.
So he wants to know like her purpose.
Pretty much. Like, what flames your desire right
I mean,
now?
you
Like,
could even speak to what your actual goal is at the very bottom of your character sheet. The goal for what do you call it, Aaron?
it's just a goal, but I mean, I know what her goal is. I don't know if we actually put it in her character sheet yet. Um, your
That
goal,
might be.
her goal is technically. It's just up to you. You can either give him the actual one, where it's your goal is the destruction of the great tree of the forest, which Sinfel lives in, or you could give him like your goal, like you desire to be with.
I do want to
Sinfel.
mention we are separate from the group.
Yes. So you're separate, but at the same time, you could actually just describe your
Most
desire
conversations
to be with him.
with Limrod are separate from
It's
the
how
group.
you want to describe it. You can either put it as like you want to be with him, not specify why you want to be with him, or you could go on full on truth that like he pulls the magic like hidden in the back of your mind and pulls that desire to destroy the tree.
Right. So would he roll? Because I guess
No,
depending on his
it's
roll.
not a roll at all. And
Oh,
he
it's
just gets
me.
it, and you have to answer truthfully. It's one of those types of skills.
Yeah, yikes.
Think of it like the bard. You just have to answer.
I'm ordered to follow Sinfel for as long as I can until I get what I need.
And that's all she tells you.
And I say, I hold up some rocks
She
to
gets.
her.
Oh, she doesn't get to answer.
And-
Does she get to
and-
ask you a question or no?
No, I'm not a bard.
Cool.
And then so then without anyone else interrupting, because I'm sure that Tim or Seors will say something, I'm gonna hold up some rocks to her and say, I have some magical rocks that you can speak to them, and only you will hear what they have to say back. You can ask them about any person in general, and they will tell you something about them of interest.
Don't you
I'll
have to
ask
roll
her-
for these?
I will ask her if she would like to use them. And
Well, I don't have any desire right now, and I'm wondering why you're even bothering telling me this.
as you see it, it's because you notice that he's very interested in advancing people's knowledge on stuff. And I say you can ask it about anyone. You could ask it about me. You could ask it about Seors, and it will truthfully show you something about that person.
Oh my god, please don't ask about me. I'm sick of people asking about me.
I say
mean,
this
This
is
happened to me like
I say that
it's
this
like-
is a chance
It's happened
for
to
you
me
to-
3 times.
Okay.
You
so
were saying?
You were saying.
Bother, honestly, because she doesn't really know that she's staying with the party right now. So,
So she doesn't really. Okay, so for the moment, she's kind of like.
like,
"No,
I'm
good."
intrigued, and like, okay, if I need it, thank you for the offer.
I'll say, let me know if you ever want to use them on a person, and you can name anyone, and you'll be the only one to hear what they have to say.
Technically, I can do that anyway.
No, only when you have these
Well,
rocks.
she might have a skill that allows her to do something like that, but his is a bit different. Even like a deep, dark, hidden secret.
Yeah, you can find out
I mean,
really.
she could just
crazy-
charm him, like, tell me.
But they may not know. This
Right.
may be something that even they don't know.
That's true. All right, so let's go ahead and you guys maybe start walking back to camp, like, and no one really notices that you left or that you came back. It was just kind of a thing that happened.
Welcome back, I say.
Apparently,
As
Soren
I'm
was-
now Seors
taking watch,
cleaning
so-
his nails.
Yep, as he slowly
Which
kind of
explains why he's not paying attention.
like.
So, I'd like to go and do pretty much almost the exact same thing for the other party member.
For Sinethel,
Yep. So
Okay.
Sinethel, I'll ask him also what fuels his desires.
Kazumi, can you give me a wisdom roll? You can use Defy Danger with wisdom, or you can just do just click the wisdom roll within your character sheet. I
Oh,
want to see
boy.
if she notices this. Like maybe she's a little on edge after you spoke to her. Okay, so Kazumi, you can notice Limrat walking to grab Sinethel to maybe go have a talk with him, and you might assume it's the same. But if you do, you
Drop a shield.
it overloads your psychic ability, and until you rest, you'll take a -1 ongoing to cast your powers or oddities.
But she hasn't rested yet, so
She
she can
hasn't re-
technically rest right
Well,
after.
Well, yes, the rest would happen after this.
That's
after
important
this
for her
night.
to know as a player, though.
So yeah, after the end of this night, you'll that -1 will be gone. But if anything happens during the night, you have -1.
When something happens during the night.
If
Yeah, it's 4.
Listen to Mel. Something's gonna happen. I rolled a 4.
What are my choices?
so, pretty much you can choose to like. It's kind of a hard bargain where you can choose to notice him start like walk up and you're gonna pull Cyndathel away. But if you do, your psychic's like trying to like attune yourself to notice it, and you spend you take -1 to cast your oddities or powers for the night until in the morning you'll be able to be back to normal. So you can choose to do that, or you choose not to, and you just don't notice it.
We'll say that I was more like enthralled with Rose because I feel like Kazumi and Rose would just have like this weird like dynamic. Like
Right.
she'd watch her. So
Okay, so you shift back into your Vulcan form. Maybe you go play with Rose. As you she jumps on your back and you ride around a little bit and stuff before the night actually hits. Cyndathel and Limrod, you guys wander off into the distance a little ways. No one notices.
So I ask him of his desires to find out what he desires.
Okay. Can I narrate this with like a vision in his head? Like if I put my like hand on the side of his head and just showed him like a vision sort of thing, like a
Sure, that works for me.
yeah. Okay, so
As long
I
as you
put
let him touch him.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
You
I don't care.
His caress.
He likes being touched.
He caresses.
no, I put my arm on the side of Limrod's, or my hand on the side.
It feels
of Limrod's
smooth, not
face.
scaly, because I'm a fucking salamander.
It's like slimy. It's like.
It's not
Anyway.
slimy either.
But
God,
anyway.
know your creatures of the
God
forest.
damn,
man.
guys.
God damn it, sorry. I show him a vision of the Archdruid. Who do I need to tell him his name, or
If you
is
wish,
that
it's up to you what you want to tell him.
okay?
You have
Do
to
I
answer
show him?
truthfully, but you don't have to literally give him the entire truth.
Truthfully, but
Okay,
not
watch.
necessarily pointedly.
Okay, so I show him a vision of the Archdruid approaching me, and offering me the trials of the Archdruid, which would bind me to the World Tree, and that's all he sees. He doesn't see my answer to the question.
Okay. So after that, I hold up the rocks and I say, I have here some magical rocks, and I just wanted to offer you their assistance, and I think it would be in your best interest to technically use them at this occasion. So all you have to do is, when you spend a few hours staring into the stones and listening to their whispers, you name someone you know, but on whom you've never asked this power of the rocks before, and they will reveal deep. They will reveal to you stuff about them. And I'll say you could name anyone. You could name a party member with which you are traveling with, or you could name any one of us to learn more about us, or you could name the Archdruid. Would you choose to use these now?
You do get a sense of dark magic when you look at the rocks. That is one thing.
No,
gonna
no,
throw-
Jesus Christ.
Backs away.
I tell him that there is
Slightly.
no negative effects for you to use these. The only negative effects are to the holder. And I would retain the ownership of them.
I appreciate the offer, Limrod, but at this time I do not require such assistance.
Alright.
But we'll keep it in mind.
And I'll say that, okay. I'll say, well, let me know. Because it could very much well change your outlook on people.
Fist bump.
And when he puts his fist out, I stick my finger in his fist.
Just like,
Yeah. So, like, he puts his fist up like this, and I stick my finger in the side. And then we shake like that.
it's like,
Pervert.
So,
all
all right. So Kazumi when you get back, Kazumi is now laying down. Rose has fallen asleep in her tails as they rested in her Vulcan form. Samuel maybe is. Do you want to do anything before like the actual taking watch takes place?
I have to make a roll for with my wisdom for my dreams.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So what
So-
does a 7 to 9 do? Tell me.
A 7 to 9. Let's see here. You get as good a night's sleep as you can. Thank God.
Okay, so your dreams tell you nothing.
Good.
So, you go ahead and Limrock kind of goes and finds his place to rest. Sinethel, maybe you pick a tree to like climb up into and rest up there.
Do I rest in a like lion form? Like
It's up to you. I'm not gonna make you roll
Okay.
for it because there's absolutely no point.
It's fiction, man. It's fiction.
okay. So yeah, Sinethel like just walks around the campsite a little bit, tries to find a nice tree with a sturdy branch to shapeshift into a mountain lion and just climb up and sleep on.
So you were up there. Samuel, is there anything you're doing before you rest for the night?
Aaron, I have a question. With the conflicting the conflicting characters,
Yeah.
are you eventually gonna have them duel to the death?
No.
Or
probably
is
not.
that even a possibility in the
Makara.
game?
If they choose to, sure, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Okay, I was just wondering.
I'd love to use Sanctuary, but with what happened last time, it's pretty damn useless, considering we don't get alarmed, Amell.
I messed up the last time. It's fine. So
This time it'll work like a
go
real.
ahead and try making your roll.
No, but I can't, though, because, like, I'm communing with my god
Well,
First?
as the last watch.
So you can. Okay. Yes, but this is before even the first one takes place. No
If
one.
you want to,
This is before you guys actually like go down.
if
this
you
thing.
want to allow me to have time.
Yeah, you can have take a few minutes. Like while this is all happening, this is why you don't notice because you're busy with the spell casting.
I would like to say I would notice that they keep disappearing and going talking to Limrod.
You saw two people like kind of go off.
Two people that aren't the regular people, so
Maybe-
I can kind of guess that he's having a conversation about something that we've already had a conversation about.
I'll sit down next to you and I'll say, "Hey, man, did you want to talk to the rocks?"
You want some of these drugs?
Oh, God.
Need crack?
So Samuel goes and walks around. He's sanctified. He's like walking through. His hammer's like he's shaking. It's like a full ritual thing versus just like a spell. And he finishes it, and he's like, perfect. You over to Sirius go. If anything comes our way, you'll know. And then Samuel goes down to rest.
Oh, great! I can take it easy now, as I say to
So and then he goes
myself.
back to really clipping his nails. And like an hour passes by. It gets dark. It's pretty silent out there. And Sirius is kind of it's like, gotta stay awake. And he's starting to nod off a little bit and like not paying attention. He's like, no. Goes back to clipping his nails. And then from behind Sirius, you just hear this noise as this thing claws into your back, Sirius. Convenient.
I'm going to defy danger by rolling forward.
Because you're 4, I'm dealing.
The damage. I have Valor automatically.
Go ahead, Go ahead and put your Valor. You can ask your questions as you enter this new.
No. I always get Valor. We had Valor. We established I have 4 Valor default while walking
in
through
this
the woods.
forest, yes.
And since I haven't rested, I still have it.
Okay.
So I'm going to negate whatever damage this thing's going to throw out immediately.
Okay, then we're not going to roll the damage. It's been negated.
Okay. Tuck
Good,
and
now
roll.
we don't
What-
know.
As you
Tuck and
turn-
roll. What am I seeing in front of me
turn
as I
around
turn?
and you see a ghoul at you, and then right behind it, 2 more step out of the forest into your little opening.
All right, I'm going to yell, "Sanctuary, my ass!" As loud as I can.
You wake up to this. Rose opens her eyes and starts screaming right in your tails, Kazumi, and she's like grabbing onto one, so you're kind of stuck in place at the moment until you like get her off.
Ghouls are nasty, man. I want to defend the area.
Okay,
Since
I'll
I-
go over
there's-
and comfort the child.
so Limrock gets up, runs towards the child, trying to like help it get off Kazumi. And then Samuel, what do you do as you wake up, as you realize your sanctuary did not work as you intended?
Chaotic bastard.
You have no new spells for this.
Yeah, no, I
So,
don't.
like,
I
this-
still have Holy Shock, though. But I don't think I'll need it against ghouls. I feel like ghouls would die in at least one hit. So we're gonna go ahead and run up with my hammer and do a hack and slash on
Like,
the
you run
first
up the one that's right next to Seoris.
We'll run past that
All
one.
right, so you're off to the side of Seoris a little bit, and the closest one for you would be the one on like the left side,
Yeah.
just coming out of the forest. And you go up and you smack. Okay, you are able to do so. As you do, though, this ghoul rends into your armor, just slicing it in half with its claws. You now have a -1 to your plate armor until it's repaired, and you can deal your damage.
Plate armor.
You get plate armor.
Can I say
Oh.
that like Kazumi like snarls at Limrod and she's like, I got this, because she's already got like this weird vibe of him anyway.
I already pulled the kid
Amell.
off, and I
This
cast.
is as it's happening. This is like simultaneous. Samuel does this, you run to the child, and then she snarls at you.
I'm
I
just taking the
demand-
kid away from her, and I'm gonna cast Corona Aura on her and say, "You go fight."
Amell.
Yeah. So you deal 3 damage. Okay. So you
Oh.
smack at this ghoul, and it you know, maybe you like lop off like a piece of its shoulder, like it falls to the ground as it hisses towards you. Limrod pulls Rose away as he does. His other hand activates this fire shield around you. Go ahead and activate that spell, Mike. You gotta roll for it.
Hey, Aaron. How do bonds work with like being able to like
Did it
speak
not
to someone?
cast? Oh, I clicked on
Bonds is just like
Bartholomew.
it's not really for speaking as much as
It's for
it's
storytelling.
like think of it as like a storytelling mechanic.
Okay,
So I have
so
to
it's
roll
nothing to do with like I
2d6
couldn't.
plus int.
Telepathically speak to her.
That's a 9.
All right, so you make it a 9 because you have a +1 for your cast spell. Okay, so go and choose one of the 3 options.
You forget how to use the ability for the rest of the battle.
Okay, so he forgets how. So you.
And then I'm gonna
activate
cover up me and the child with the invisible cloak.
all you hear as he covers her is, "This thing smells."
Shut up, child.
And Kazumi, go ahead and roll a 46 Limrod for your aura that you give her.
Sure.
17. So, Kazumi, this spell, whenever you enter in melee combat with someone, they get a chance to defy danger with Dex to avoid the damage you would deal. If they fail it, yes, it could hit friendlies. If it hits, if it does hit, you deal 2d6 damage that does not ignore armor. Or if that doesn't kill them and they're able to strike at you, it will absorb the damage they deal to you. That's how that spell works.
Until the 17 points wear off.
Yes. Once the points are gone, then the effect completely vanishes. So he powers you up. What do you want to do?
So I'm in his aura as well.
He
No,
casted it
that's your
specifically.
aura now.
It's now on you specifically.
Think of it like a bubble. And like
If
Sonic.
you walked
like,
towards me, you would hurt me.
And Rose.
Well, more Rose, but not me,
Well,
really.
Well, yeah, because he's immune to fire. This is magical fire, though.
Yeah.
So I'm going to like manifest like kinetic bolt and then like wait, am I even near them?
You're within like this is think of like a small campfire. So you're all somewhere kind of close by, not like you're not like 20, you're not like 100 feet away. You're like within probably 20 feet of each other at the farthest. So you could literally like there's a ghoul that yours is defending against, like trying like blocking
all of them.
spear.
Defending the area.
Yes, well he's blocking the one that's literally on top of him as Samuel's smacking the one on his left side. There's still the one on the right side that is still moving out of the forest that you could safely walk into melee range with if you choose so, to use the aura, or you could sit back where you're at and you could just blast it without real worry of hitting any of your teammates.
Maybe.
So I will attack the one that's attacking Sioris.
Okay. So you're gonna use your kinetic bolt, you said?
Yeah. So just
Power and oddity roll.
no, it's in, right?
Yeah, your
So it's
power.
not-
It's the powers and oddity macro and int are kind of in the same thing. It just gives us the options of what you have. So, on a 6. Okay, so maybe you have a harder time controlling your power when you're in your Vulcan form to cast this ability. I'm not sure. Is it like come from your mouth, or do like your tails kind of like curl towards and like create a beam and then it shoots?
Yeah, okay, Naruto.
That's totally that's totally what I was thinking.
So is it the tail thing, or is it like from the mouth?
Like
We have
through the
to-
tail.
Yeah, so all the tails curl up, and she starts to charge this thing up. And it actually is going to hit Sioris.
No,
Go-
it's not.
It's going to deal your 1d6 damage. If it's odd, then you may choose another target, which could be the ghoul.
Armor negate.
Yeah. So Sioris, you get hit for 3 damage as this bolt kind of swerves slightly off to the side and hits you. Go ahead and roll another 1d6, Kazumi, to see, and you can choose a new target. Okay, so you deal 3 damage, I'm assuming, to that ghoul. And as the power kind of goes out of control, you're able to cast it one more, or until you get an even number. So go ahead and blast. Take a shot.
Just push up. I think it fills in with the whatever you last did.
All right, so you deal. This one takes that much.
This is awesome. Keep going until it's even.
Like,
Up, yeah, until it's
going?
an even
You
number.
keep
You
going
keep
until it's
casting.
even.
Up and enter until it's even. That's
4.
your
So
last one.
Your last one, it can't hit 8. So you've already hit. You hit Seorus, a ghoul, and a ghoul. If that's
8 damage.
and you deal.
Goes back and tries to hit me again.
So and you
Nope.
get that last one, and it kind of like one of its arms like flails off, flying out into the forest on that last hit, which is the one right next to Samuel. That got hit for that.
So now the thing is no arms.
It has the one you like took a chunk out of its shoulder, but its
Oh.
arm was still attached. That's probably where it hit, and that's why the arm went flying and blasted off.
Okay.
So
Oh,
Citadel, you kind of like yawn as you get in your cat form on top of this tree, and you look down. There's 3 ghouls right below you.
Okay. I'm just
You wanna
rolling the
make a-
shapeshift for hold.
Okay, so you gain
Oof.
1 hold, but your paws aren't as big as they're supposed to. They kind of shrank.
Mm.
So you're able to you kind of are like tipsy on the balance now, on top of the tree. So give me a defy danger with your dex, but you still gain your claw ability with the D8 and the messy tag.
Okay. 8.
Right. So you can land on your feet as you fall, but if you do, you're gonna put yourself in danger. Or you can like grab onto the top of the onto the tree, like wrap your arms around it because your paws aren't big enough to hold yourself up, and you don't like put yourself in danger at all, but you can kind of keep yourself safe. What do
Well, you
wanna
drop
do?
your shield.
Yeah, you drop your shield.
Fucking shield.
Either way, you drop your shield. You don't have a choice.
If I fall down, am I still able to make an attack? If I
Yes,
put myself
you'll put
in
yourself
danger?
in danger, and you'll still. I'll let you. Yeah, you can make an action. 'Cause you're
Don't
down on the
do
ground.
it. Don't put yourself in danger.
Oh no, I was just asking about that option.
That's where another ghoul shows up out of nowhere.
do the-
I don't know what you're
No,
talking
that's,
about.
no, that's unwanted attention.
He puts himself in danger. Can still. I can.
I
literally create a new
understand, but
creature.
it's less
I'll do-
likely.
I'll do the first one. I'll
So you're gonna, okay, so
drop
you,
down and put myself in danger to
you
make an
land,
attack.
As you do, you land right next to the 4th ghoul that was right under your tree, and you didn't notice it because it's like slightly behind it.
I don't care.
As it like claws forward towards you, and you attack. You make an attack. So there's now 4
On that
ghouls,
ghoul.
and it.
The messy on this.
Okay, so you're gonna spend the 1 hold. So deal your D8, dealing 5 damage to it. You rip off both of its legs with your claws as it falls to the ground, and it kind of crawls and grabs onto your fur and just pulls you close and bites into your neck. Go ahead and take a D8 of damage. It has 1 piercing, so it ignores 1 armor.
So it does 2.
And it kind of pulls back, and a chunk of like your neck gets like pulled off with its messy tag.
That's why I don't like
I see it, and I bash the one that's in front of me out of the way and charge towards Sinfel.
Give me a con roll to like bash it, and then you can run forward and make a strike to help Sinfel as this thing is like grabbed onto him. All right, so you go to like push it, and it grabs onto your arm and bites into it. Samuel, please take a D8 with 1 piercing on your armor, which you only have.
Do these ghouls understand English?
No, they're ghouls.
Probably not.
Ghouls.
Oh, what the fuck's a ghoul?
Think
And undead.
It's
creature.
a zombie.
Fallout,
man.
Fallout, but not the feral ghoul version in Fallout. That's what
Oh, so what was the ghoul before it was a ghoul?
Sure, because when half your brain's rotting away, you can definitely understand English.
The bottom
Well, it
line.
understands how to use its arms.
Yeah, natural instincts, man. To take.
I applied piercing and armor.
That's what the
and-
-2 is for. So you take 4 then. Is that what's going
Yes, I just did all the stuff beforehand, so it was
What
easy.
happens if you heal the undead?
on? I would reasonably argue if you try healing the undead, they could take damage for that spell. instead
Okay,
of
just
someone else.
checking.
I'd be willing on like
You're telling me I can lay on hands and
if you
undead?
wish to.
Attempt.
Yeah, reasonably, you don't even need to spout lore that. Your character as like a shield bearer and with the ability would realize that you could cast heal spells on undead, and more than likely they would take damage from it. More than likely. I know that's some may not. So, Samuel like gets grabbed onto, and he's unable to reach Sinethel. Kazumi.
Can I use lay on hands
knows
since
what
he
he-
has my arm?
No.
Or is my arm like out of reach?
No, I mean literally, he's like biting into it. Your arm's like right here, so you could like, boom, like and just like exercise him.
Yeah, can I do that?
Go ahead.
I
And then
don't-
we're gonna shift over to
yeah.
Seahorse and see what he does.
Please, I want to
It's
see
been a
if
bit.
I'm still defending the area.
So you just, is that usually gonna like make an action when it need be?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just hold on your hold. I'll just kind of avoid you until you run out of hold or you say you want to do something different. So
Okay.
Samuel is able to cast it. Samuel, you're going to take a debility from the ghoul,
Oh god.
which you are now weakened. So you take a check mark that weaken on your strength
Okay.
until you're able to get that cured, or you spend like a week of like rest.
Do I heal for?
Or a healing potion. Healing potions will also remove debilities.
Ooh, I happen to have a ton of those.
That's the heal /
Alright, so you
holy.
deal 7 damage. I'm gonna let that ignore armor. And this ghoul is like on its like it releases you and it's on its knee, like just trying to struggle to get back up. And let's go ahead and go over to Kazumi. Kazumi, your bolts or kinetic bolts have finished shooting off. You see Sinethel get his neck bit and like a piece of it comes off. Do you wish to go to his aid or do you wish to target the one that's running towards you right now?
Samuel yells at Metal has to help someone.
Okay.
Seeing like that ghoul attack Sinethal, she would obviously like be inclined to help him over everyone.
Okay.
So
Yeah, bondage.
so
Not that kind.
use
Bad Aaron.
kinetic bolt
Okay.
on the one that's like, is it legless?
It's legless. It's like I pretty much he like ripped his leg off. So from like bare like maybe half of his thigh up is like still there and it's like just latched on to like his fur.
It's legless and trying to shoot at something with a bomb on its back.
10.
Ah,
So you target this thing perfectly, aiming right at it. Go ahead and shoot your 1d6 kinetic bolt. 5. So you blast into this thing.
Again, right? Is that the one
it's
that
odd,
she?
so you get to shoot again, yes. So it is now at
It's had taken 10 damage.
okay, so let's go ahead and stop. So you hit another ghoul. You're gonna hit the one
Ils.
you hit the one on Samuel, which is really seems like it's almost on his last leg. Do you hit the one in front of Seoris? That's like Seoris is kinda like batting back and forth on right now with his defense.
Keep
Or do
away.
you shoot the one that's in front of you that's running right in your face.
He's saying it's gonna waste your damage. I think.
No, it's not. I just want to know how she's targeting because some ones are lower than others, so she may kill one and she may not kill another.
Also, wasted damage, there's no such thing.
Probably
Unless it's on
one
a team.
closer to us or
Right.
like myself.
So the one closer to yourself, as you this bolt blasts into it, a hole just pierces through its. I guess it pierces through its head, and like the whole top of the head just kind of goes and it just cripples to the ground dead. The one that hits you, Sinethel, gets blasted and kind of gets knocked back into the tree, like right next to you. So it's only like maybe like 2 feet, and starts like crawling
Cats.
slowly towards you.
Okay.
What is Limrut doing? Is Limrut and Seoris just not doing
Do
anything
you
this
wish to
fight?
do anything at this point?
No,
It's
I'm
been a-
So-
defending, waiting for like.
I am
Hmm.
underneath the cloak right now with the child, but I'm kind of like showing the child and like explaining to the child the fight so that the child kind of becomes less frightened of stuff like this, and I let her know like you never want to get close to a ghoul, they have stuff, but you want to stay calm, yeah, but at the same time if she seems to get frightened,
She's
I'm going to
literally-
create
as
like a
you-
little spark that looks like a fairy
Yep.
that kind of flies around underneath the cloak
and
too.
distracts her.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be more like if you're really scared, just gaze into these stones and you'll feel better.
Ask the stone about your parents, both of them individually.
And then tell me what they say.
Yeah.
So he's sitting, he's there just protecting her, and she's like most times just like pulling like his like cloak or his robe like in front of her, so she doesn't have to look
So
at all the
ghouls-
atrocities that
ghouls
are happening.
still up real quick.
There are 3 ghouls up right now, all
Which
look
one
pretty
looks like
severely
they could
damaged.
possibly die? One in front of me?
Is that
All,
pancake?
every single one of them look extremely weak. The one in front of you has like lost both of its arms. It's trying to like
Right.
nod.
I'm going
towards
to
its face.
defend. Use a hold
Okay.
to deal damage equal to my level, which is 8 damage.
Okay. You
And
are successfully
so that-
just you finally like just like slice its head off with your lance. Just tired of the fight at this point, and that one goes down. There is one crawling towards you, Sinethel. It's slowly reaching towards you, like gonna grab back on. What do
Okay.
you do?
Well, I'm not in my shapeshift anymore.
No, yeah, you shift back, and your neck is just blood pooling down the side.
How
of it.
many ghouls are there right now?
There are 2 left.
I'll tell Kazumi to get closer. Just hit him.
There's one on. Yeah, you could just run towards them at this point.
She's
Yeah.
getting water.
Let's let
just-
Sinethel.
With this view, it's okay. With that,
we
that
can just
shield.
If she's gone, we'll just fictionally have her run up and just burn them both.
I think she's
Okay.
there.
Do I need to roll like a defy danger to do a shapeshift,
Shapeshift?
or
Well,
Yes.
it's weak and it's crawling towards you, so you're reasonably far enough away as long as you don't roll poorly that you're able to shift before it reaches you.
okay?
So what are you shifting into?
I'm shifting back into the lion.
All right, so you shift back, get that D8 with the one hold, or if you spend one hold, you get a D8 and a messy tag.
Yep.
You have 3 hold now.
Yeah. Am I able to attack at the same
Yeah.
time as like I'm shifting it?
So you maybe you jump at it as you shift into the animal and just
Yeah.
bite down on the back of its neck. Go ahead and make your roll. Hack and slash.
Woohoo.
So you go to and this thing has been so slow moving, and it just reaches up as you jump and grabs your paw and slams you to the ground and starts to hug you. And unless someone does something soon, you're probably gonna get a nice bite.
Defend.
All right, so you're gonna
Kazumi, defend him.
Are you gonna redirect the attack?
Defend dealing damage to my level. Defend doing damage equal to my level. Just
So Sinithel, you're wrapped.
just kind of pry through and slice it down.
Yep, Sinithel's wrapped up in this thing, and it's gonna bite down, and you're and you can't get him off because you're stuck in your cat form. He's on your back, and then you
Yep.
see
Goes
this
its head.
lance stab right through the head and pull out, and its grip releases on you. You are no longer entangled by this thing. There's one left, Samuel. It is the one you are fighting that has it still has your arm with its one hand, but it's using that to pull himself back up.
The power of SE2 smites thee. As I use lay on hands again. Wait,
Did Kazumi step away?
She did.
what is
No,
lay on
I'm
hands?
here.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm letting
Isn't
this is
lay
the one
on-
that's on him.
Welcome back.
It's her next. So.
When did I roll that lay on hands?
It was a
When
seven-
did you lay your
It was a
hands
7
on
to
him?
9. What you
That
rolled?
was supposed to be a 10.
Why you bad?
That was supposed to be a
Well,
10.
too late now. So is that supposed to be a 10?
No.
Okay.
The other one was, though, because it
Right.
was supposed to roll charisma and I rolled wisdom.
Okay, so 7 and 9. You take so okay. So now you absorb additional debility, Samuel. You now feel sick. Please mark the one that is stated as sick. I think it's either wisdom or con. I think it's
Con.
So you now take a -1 to con rolls, dealing 3 damage, and just the smite, just eyes glow, mouth opens, and it just collapses to the ground, dead. And that is your guys' eventful.
And the NPCs did jack all.
And I end it with the child by saying, ta-da! And then I turn to Mel and say, help much?
She goes, I was making sure the child stayed safe.
I was like, no help from you.
So she looks and goes, you did anything besides hide behind a child?
So Samuel feels pretty weak and he actually feels a little sick, but he goes up to Sinithel and
Gonna heal
asks
his
if I can lay my hand on him to assist him.
And he smacks
just-
you across the cheek.
No, I'm still in the cat form. I just sort of turn
and
and
his spot.
open the wound to him, present it.
Oh God, what happens on a failed?
Dear
roll?
God, you're gonna kill me.
Another ghoul snows up.
Oh,
This is-
Amell says something happens.
This is pretty fine. So he goes to lay on hands you, and as he does, your wound starts to completely heal. The blood dries, and then on Samuel, you'll see the exact reverse. Where that wound was on your body is now appearing on Samuel. Samuel
Oof.
begins to bleed.
Does he
Brutal.
get the debility too?
No, there was no debility, I don't believe, from that originally.
There was strength,
That
I
was-
thought.
That Samuel had both.
I didn't have
No,
a
he has 2 debilities. Does a healing potion remove both debilities?
No, one debility.
Only one? Shit. I walk over to Sam and was like, damn, you don't look so good.
So, anybody have any bandages or a poultice and herbs I can give Samuel to stop the blood flow?
I
He's
just
slowly
I hand him
bleeding
a
out.
healing potion. It's like, maybe this will help you out.
So you may choose to heal yourself and prevent this stint of blood flowing down you, which eventually will affect you, or you can remove a debility and still be bleeding.
Wow, this is heartless of him. It happens when you roll poorly.
Does anyone have
Tell
a
you what.
band?
I don't think anybody does.
I do
Can-
not.
can
don't
I
have
use,
any
like-
poultices.
Anybody have poultice and herbs?
Actually, no, I don't have poultice.
Could I
herbs, sold
wait?
those.
Could I roll
Here,
Um,
Samuel. I just give him 3 health potions. Just take
Just
them.
because you have items, by the
and
way,
take-
to the new people who join the game, just because you have items doesn't mean you have to mention that you have them.
Correct.
I was gonna ask. If
So
I
I
right
give
now,
it-
I could have poultice and herbs and just choose not to do it.
Aaron, I give him 2 health potions.
Okay.
Can I use like
2 additional health potions, so he's got 3 now.
Can I use like 2 to 3 uses of my adventuring gear and pull out like bandages?
No, because bandages is a specific item, so it wouldn't make sense for you to have
Just-
your adventuring pack.
Samuel, just drink the
Amell,
stupid
can I
potions,
roll?
and we can all go back to
discern
sleep.
realities to try, or
Say you
something
pull
to
out
try and
stitches
find something to
and you
base it.
stitch it
No,
up.
no, I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and see if Sinathel's able to find some like herbs that he can turn into a poultice to do this for you. You may ask me one of the questions on the list.
I do not know what the list
I'm
is.
just holding my potions. If he doesn't drink them,
It's
then I
on
take
the
them back.
basic moves handout.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Shit.
See
Give
what
it a quick
questions he
second.
asks.
We're finding out what the fuck's in
Can
it.
someone like link those in Skype or something? I don't think I
It's
have
in, the,
that.
it's in the handout, man. Click on
Yeah,
handout.
see where this chat
click on
is
basic
at the
moves.
top of the roll 20?
All right. Yep. Sorry. Yeah.
And it's
Where is it? Defy danger. Defend spell.
It's probably around the bottom, close to it.
Samuel sits down on a log, dropping his
What here
weapons
is
and
useful or
holding the wood.
valuable to me?
Okay, so you kind of like, as you see Samuel, like, Samuel's like kind of like trying to staunch the blows. Theoris is like, drink these. And then you're like,
Drink them all
then maybe
now.
you speak like, hold on, guys, hold on, give me a second here, and you kind of like look around the forest on the like, and you collect a bunch of like herbs. You guys just see him collecting plants, and then he takes like a motor and pedestal he has in his Ooh, you have adventuring gear?
I do.
not.
All right,
I
so you can do it, but you need someone to expend an adventuring gear, a motor and pedestal, so you're able to grind it up into a poultice.
Done.
So Seors hands you a motor and pedestal. You're able to grind these things into a poultice, and that's applied to the wound, where you still have like the chunk is still missing, but it heals after through the night.
Yeah.
I'll
But
put my
you're still-
potions away for the moment. While I go pee.
Cool.
Good, while he's gone, I can do some more
Kasumi
chaotic
holds her
stuff.
hands out to you, Limrut, for Rose, as she shifts back into human finally.
She holds her hands out to me.
Kind of like, give me the child. Give me it so I may consume it.
Let me hug the child.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine whether or not she eats children.
So Kazumi, he kind of like stares at you, kind of like questioningly. What do you say to him as you have your arms out, like waiting for him to give him Rose?
She like shakes her head and scoffs. She's like, I'm not going to eat her.
Okay, so my character's fine with that then.
Wait,
not-
I
it's
think
not
she could
Ani.
say that like telepathically because I don't want to scare Rose.
That's fine. So she kind of like mentions in your head, like, I'm not gonna eat her. You hand her Rose, and Rose kind of like hugs you like as hard as she can, Kazumi, because of the fears that she had, and like she was stuck with this really smelly lizard, salamander.
Oh shit! Yeah, I need a mark experience, don't I?
Yes. So if any fails on that last battle, guys, go ahead and make sure you mark experience on it if you forgot to, for anything that's a 6 or lower.
I think I only rolled 1 fail. Yeah.
That's only for not including damage, right?
Not including damage, correct.
Was there any sweet loot from the ghouls or
Go
anything
ahead
useful?
and roll me a D8.
A D.
Find it.
Roll
Find
1d8.
8 gold.
Or 1d8. And I need to look at my loot table.
5.
You can say look at my loot table here.
5 gold.
So it's a 5. Actually, that's really useful. Go ahead and roll me a 1d100, Mike.
Oh god, minor magical item incoming.
A 41. Let's see what we get here, boys. I gotta load it up. I don't have it open.
You get the stinky cloak.
You find a salt block on one of these. Like maybe it's like in one of the pockets or like around them.
Yeah.
Any food you carry will never spoil. It doesn't have to be on your person. It applies. The rest of it doesn't make a difference. So like if it was like if you had it like if you had a caravan, you had the salt block in there, none of the food would ever go bad.
So I would suggest a different item since we never use rotting.
True. Go ahead and reroll. Oh.
Can I just do 33?
No,
Okay. Well, I don't even know what your table is, though.
I know.
6. Can I make
So-
it a 9 instead?
You find a pair of scrolls.
Oh god, are these the scrolls that...
No, this is when you maybe spend some time to do like you write on one of them, and whatever you write on this one appears on the other.
Excellent.
More talking for Mike.
So this is me. I take it.
Yes, you find a pair of scrolls. And that is all you find. And the rest of the night goes by peacefully. You might hear a couple groans here and there from Samuel with his wound on his neck and the pain from it. Other than that, everybody sleeps soundly. I'm not going to have any other watches need to be taken because I'm not going to have anything else happen.
Samuel wakes up early, like always,
Okay.
and he's going to commune with his God. And I will take. I can use Cure Light Wounds on myself, right?
Yes, yes, you can. So, is that what spells are you taking? So I know, Samuel.
As you touch wounds, scabs, bones cease to ache, heal an ally.
Okay.
So
Okay.
would that be on myself?
Cure Light Wounds is fine for yourself. I've never heard it not be able to. So.
Well, I mean, I
It's
can't
fine.
use Lay on Hands on myself.
By the way, Aaron, I would have dispelled the aura before letting the child walk towards Kazumi.
I kind of assumed that.
Yes.
I think I'm
Battle's over,
gonna
it's just beard
take
hands.
Bless and Holy Shock.
Less than Holy Shock. Okay. So Kazumi, I need you to tell me what spells you're going to take. You're able to take spell. You're able to take 2 level or
Oh no,
2 level 1
fucking
spells.
A! I leveled.
2 level 1 powers, and you can take up to 2 level 2 or 2 level 1 oddities. Any other skill you don't prepare, you'll have to use the psychokinetic overload.
What do you want, Cat?
I forgot I leveled up.
So if you can, just send them to me in Skype, or you can put them on Roll20 so I know what they are.
How does
Amell.
healing work? Bar
Healing?
being healed by someone.
When you every night after the resting for a whole night, you gain back half your HP.
Okay. So
Amell?
after
Up to
the
the max.
night's done, I'd be back at full.
Yeah.
Because I'm missing 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm level 4 now. I completely forgot. And
So
there's
you
no
have to-
level. There's no level 4 spells on here.
Right, but you are able to pick there are never. It's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Oh.
So you
Okay.
pick a level 3 or level 1 spell when you leveled up.
I'll take Bless, and I guess I'll take Cure Light Wounds as well then. And I put a point into my Wisdom, so now my Wisdom is +2.
So
And I have to go.
you're able to take 2 level 1 powers because you're only able to hold up to 2 powers, and you're able to hold up to 2 oddities that don't pass level 2 or 2 in total. So they'll have levels next to the oddities also, where it'd be level 1 oddity. That you can put 2 of those, and then if you don't have those, then you would just use your psychokinetic overload for any other spells that you wish to use.
Well, I have level 3 and 2 5s, so
Okay,
I
so you can't prepare any oddities then, but you can still use them with that overload, and you can just pick 2 powers then. And then when you have level, you'll be able to prepare one of those oddities that's level 3.
So I'll just take Kinetic Bolt and Cloud Mine.
Okay. Go ahead if you can. Just put next to their names, just put a plus sign. And then if you wish to activate any oddities, you'll just roll your kinetic overload.
Amell, I'm taking the Thin Blue Line as my skill.
Okay, so you leveled up for this rest. Is that kind of what's going on?
Yeah.
I cast Slayer.
Everybody dies. So,
All right. New characters, everyone. I'm gonna be a bard.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and
A jerk
move on
bard?
with the group. So
Wait, did you find loot?
they found 2 paired scrolls. When you write on one of them, it
They?
appears in the
Only
other.
one of us. Only one
Oh.
of us looked at the bodies.
Fictionally, I'm assuming people would have seen you grab these scrolls.
I
So
think
they're all-
Limrod has known to never show people that he's picking stuff up.
So,
I know he's already done it, but I don't care.
all right. So you guys are now traveling. She's like, it's a half a day away. We're almost there. As you come up to,
Yes!
you start walking, I guess. Let's go ahead and give me another trailblazer, and I need someone to give me a scout roll.
I'll be the scout.
Too late.
You guys will consume
Too
one
late.
more dungeon ration.
Thanks. Thanks, NFL. Thanks for being too late.
Trailblazing, baby.
9.
Blazing
Okay.
them trails.
So you get there as expected. Along the way, everybody consumes just 1 dungeon ration for this, and it's only half a day at the most. You would ever consume 1.
Well,
You
Quick
come
question,
up.
Quick question, so I don't know. Tim, did you take any potions of mine or no?
Did you use any of them for the abilities at all? Or are you still? On
He
the
left
ability?
and said he kept them, so
I held it to you, and then like I walked away, but I'm still gonna give you the options. Like I was gonna use one, then I would have given you one.
okay.
You want one?
What happened?
Just a health potion. If he's gonna
Sure,
use
I
the
say I'll
Alright.
use one, and
All right. I give him
will-
a health potion.
All right. Make sure you guys
I'm no
update
longer-
your HP on roll 20 for the amount that you have.
I am no longer.
You're now
weak.
back to you all gained back half your max HP last night. If you took
So
the
you
damage.
still feel sick, but you're no longer weak.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So Samuel's kind of like, he's sweating. He might have a fever as you guys are going along. And then you come into like a clearing, and then it's like a small, like where the sunlight's coming down. There's a whole huge patch of like wildflowers, and everyone's just like, "Ooh!" And she goes running, like starts to pick some from the side.
Okay, grab the collar again.
And as that happens, go ahead and roll me your dex roll again.
Wait, wouldn't technically? Never mind. I didn't say it,
Like,
so it's fine.
You were gonna try to stop her too.
Slowly, as the new characters realize
somebody-
why
somebody
Limrod
give me
wanted
an
to take this
assist.
thing back.
So you're able to grab on.
Anybody able to assist me?
Yeah,
so I
if
can
you
get a
assume
10?
you go
Remember
it,
that
'cause
time that I
you
told you
would've
we should have
assisted.
taken the
Go
child
ahead
back
and
to the
roll me-
Okay,
town?
that would make it a 10 if she gets a
Give-
success.
Let
Give me a-
Amell talk.
Yeah, give me a 2d6.
Wait, the
for
kid
your
moved
aid.
away? I would have assisted in making sure the kid didn't go into danger.
She's been with Kazumi most of the time, so I'm gonna give Kazumi the roll.
Alright.
It's just a plain
So-
2d6.
I'm rolling. What?
/ roll 2d6. You have no bonds with Seorus, so you don't get any additional bonuses.
And it's not a big deal if you fail this.
8. So you can give him a +1, but it's going to require something of you.
This gives
You
me a
have to-
10, which prevents
You
any
have
damage
to ask
from her.
a question of the rocks.
That's not it at all. So
You have to consume Mike's soul, so he has
What?
got to make a new character.
Let's see here.
Good luck.
Kazumi is also out of dungeon rations, guys, as of today. She has numbers.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't have any, so I guess.
Oh,
I'm
I gotta
losing it.
start feeding everybody.
So Kazumi, you have to expend 1 use of your adventuring gear, like something falls out and breaks on the ground as you go to reach and like assist Seorus in stopping Rose.
Am I able to grab that instead?
If not, then he just doesn't get a bonus for this.
Can I do a defy
Oh.
danger to try and catch it?
Do I know what falls out?
It's just adventuring gear is like a mundane piece of gear.
Mundane.
Yes, they're mundane. So like climbing gear, rope, torches,
Shoes.
So you could just fictionally say whatever it is, but you could have in a different use. You could just have another one of that.
It's a context-sensitive item. It can
doesn't-
be anything you need at that moment. I need a rope to get up a thing. I
Yes,
need a trap to catch more
you
rations.
don't name them right when you buy the adventuring gear. You just name them when you need them. So just one of those uses is gone. We would say like maybe the torches
That's
fell
you.
and like rolled off, like and no one found where they went or something like that.
We can do that. That's fine.
All right. So she costs 1 use. So go and mark 1 use off of your character sheet in adventuring gear. Seorus, you are able to grab as Kazumi like grabs one side of her with her tail, like wraps it around as you grab her collar and stop her. At that same time, from as she took like 1 step into the field, and 2 specters come out from the middle of the field. These ghostly creatures, just with a wail, and start moving
I
towards
turned to Mel and go,
Oh.
woo! That would have put a damper on her parents' day.
And she just looks at you
Again.
again, and is like, if I could kill you, I would. That's her thought process.
I want to
So-
use Divine Inspiration and get aid from SE2 to be able to hit these things.
Okay. So
I gained 1 hold.
at that same time you say that, you see Metalath grab his axe off his back, and he just starts charging in.
Okay,
you.
I'll follow Metalath.
So divine inspiration. So you get your mark of divine authority, I think is what it is. And
Yes,
what
and
else
then
do you pick?
I'm going for being able to hit these things. Would you allow that? Instead of like a 1d4 on the damage, being able to actually hit them, like making the weapon holy.
Right, since they're ghosts.
Yeah.
Sure. So what you do is you
I-
actually like this is your inspiration that happens. You think you're like, I made holy water earlier. You pull out your bowl of holy water and pour it on your weapon, soaking it, and you just run in with Metalath.
Cool.
So Citadel goes to shift into a form. What were you planning on shifting into?
An eagle and fly away. I like it.
What
No,
animal
good.
were you changing?
Whoop.
into?
Bye, guys.
Try to shift into a bear.
Okay, so you shift into a bear, but it actually turns into a teddy bear, and you're unable to break this hold. And Rose sees you and like cheers with glee and runs up and grabs you and starts squeezing you.
I turn to
Struggling.
I turn to Malin and say, "Are you gonna watch the child this time?"
She goes, I have it covered.
Yeah.
Go on. She sends
All
you
right.
off.
So then I will spawn out a throwing spear.
All right, you can spawn your thing, and then Samuel reaches the creature at this time.
All right. So and let's see here. Was it Burning Brand?
It doesn't. Oh, so Samuel goes to swing at this thing, and you swing upwards. You and metal ass weapons get like locked together, and you're not able to swing down. As this specter just swipes a arm completely through you, and you take
Wait, it's a 7. I get to choose one. It's ranged.
D10,
Jesus Christ.
taking 10 damage. It does not ignore armor,
Ow.
so your armor does absorb.
Uh,
And you have a 7. Why? Oh, because you're
yeah, the +1 to casting. So I will, instead of making it ranged, the spear, realizing that I can either make it ranged or take away dangerous, I'm going to take away the dangerous, so it's going to be just a regular short spear, so
Okay.
it doesn't give me, like, massive range.
Real
And
quick. I just want to say I'm going to use my defend hold to have the damage on Samuel by grabbing his collar and pulling him slightly back so it doesn't hit him in the crucial spot.
It like strikes through most of his armor instead of like his body.
Yeah, so he takes half damage for that.
Okay.
Which would make a 7 into.
No, it's from the
Original amount.
yeah, so it's 5 and then you minus off.
Okay.
Alright,
so...
and so then I will cast my my shield on myself.
Okay. You roll a 9, choose one.
So let's see here. Corona Aura.
Sinithel, can you please give me a Defy Danger plus Con to see if you're still able to breathe as she hugs you?
The
Right.
ability's effect is halved.
11.
So I have 8, and then I
One of your
attack
3
it.
hold has been consumed. Did you get an 8? Okay, so
Wait,
you
what?
charge.
I only have one hold, though.
No, I gave you 3 for this.
Okay.
Ha 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 ha.
Asshole.
You got 2 additional hold. You have now been squeezed once and you have survived.
Jesus Christ.
So, you got your spear. You're running towards. All right, I'm gonna give an option here though. For
I do 8 damage to him.
Okay, before that happens, Seoris, did you want to do anything since you were closer in range than Limerick was before he started to moving? Because he was originally at range, so you had to run in to do this. So Seoris
Sure.
can get a move technically because he's within range.
Can I, since
still
I
do
used
that.
my one hold to defend him, can I now try to redefend the area?
You can try redefending it, and this is gonna be within the flower field itself, not the road.
Within the field, yes, within the field itself.
So it's Kazumi and Sinithel with Rose on the road with Mal. Okay. You gain 1 hold, and then you see Limerick charge like over, like around you, and just swing this flaming spear into this creature, dealing 8 damage.
And then I also roll 2d6 because now I am within close range too.
Also, real quick to say, you don't swing a spear, you thrust a spear.
He also
Whatever.
takes 8 damage on top of that, so he takes 16 damage.
How
Right,
much?
and this-
How much does Seoris take, considering he just ran past him with the aura on?
Let me Limerick, give me an int roll to see if you were able to get in range.
Get in range of
Like
what?
if you were able to avoid like you didn't think about like avoiding them as you charged in. I just want to see if you were smart enough to avoid both Samuel, Metalath, and Seoris as you run, like to attack with an aura in melee range. That they're in melee range too.
Okay,
Make your roll.
sure.
Because someone mentioned friendly fire earlier, so.
Since you mentioned friendly fire just now. Okay, 8.
Okay, I'll just give it to you. You're smart enough to just avoid it. It wasn't like super difficult, so works for me. So as Kazumi scoots Rose to Malin, and
The Spectre didn't die?
oh, that dead spectre just bursts into fucking like
Gently
cold dust.
swipe the teddy bear.
Okay, because I was about to say 16 damage and that thing's still standing. I'm worried about
Probably
the
gonna
second
have to
one.
make a roll to do
No,
that.
that's fine. So she goes to do that. As that happens, Mike, you take no damage from this creature. Kazumi, you start to move forward, and from underground, you feel this thing grasp onto your leg. Can you give me a Defy Danger plus your Dex? to see if you're able to slip it before it grabs complete hold on you. And you are not. And this thing grabs you, and you just feel this icy burn on your leg. Go ahead and take.
Failed.
Mark XP, everyone.
Yeah, mark an experience and take a D10 of damage as this specter from below grabs onto you. So you take 8 damage. Your
That
armor does
was
absorb
that
it.
was Kazumi and the child, not Mike.
Right. Well, I'm not sure why Mike rolled it in.
I rolled mine to try and put an aura on her, so eventually the GM makes a move against me.
All right. So your aura that you have on you dispels, and you forget the spell for the rest of the battle.
No, it either dispels an aura that I don't have on me, or you get one.
Is that what it says on a 6-? Because there shouldn't be a 6- listed in that rule.
And on a 6- it says GM makes move.
Then I make my moves, which is.
What's your move?
My move is that you lose your.
You don't get to move for me, and my aura isn't on me because it just dispelled it with 8 points. It's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Well, okay. Well, then you aren't able to recast it for this battle. That's what happens to you.
So you use one of the other ones. Okay.
Well, I can pick whatever I want.
I guess. I guess.
So Kazumi gets grabbed by this thing, and it starts to kind of come out of the ground. As she grabs onto Sinethel, she kind of squeezes tightly because she got grabbed by this creature. Sinethel, give me another con roll to see if she suffocates you.
Great. Gonna be
I think she's squeezing harder this time. Crushes your lungs.
Ooh.
Okay, so a little bit of stuffing, kind of bursts out of one of his
Is
arm
the kid
seams.
killing her right now?
No, this is now Kazumi who's squeezing as she's been gripped by this cold creature, and a little spot on his arm just poofs out of fluff. You lose 1 hold, and you take a 1d8 in damage.
2 damage. Does it reduce by?
No, you still have your
Oh.
armor in your shapeshifting form, so you still have this armor while you're in bear form.
Okay,
Teddy
so
bear
I take
form.
2 damage.
Teddy bear form.
Hey, I'm adorably dying.
Kazumi, this creature has grabbed onto you. It's now come out of the ground completely. It's still holding onto you. Maybe it's trying to lift you up in the air upside down. What do you do?
So I'm going to step back and then cast. So I can cast Mind Thrust, but I would have to cast it as an overload.
Yes. So what you need to do is you're going to try to step back first. So go ahead and give me. I'll give you a choice. You can use your dex if you want to slip out of it. You can use your con, do it endure the hold and just rip it out. Those are probably your 2 only options. So you can use dex or con to defy this walk away from it, to break free of its grasp.
So if I endure it, I would take damage, right?
No, not necessarily. Even if dex technically you could still take damage, but it depends on how you roll and what happens. So 5. Okay, so you're not able to break free of it, and it lifts you up in the air and starts to kind of fly higher up. You're still able to cast your spell, but now you're stuck at 15 feet in the air, and it might hurt when you fall.
Can I cast Defend?
You're kind of far away.
Yeah, I'm far away too. I already
I
have
would
a
like
defense.
to do Defend while going to that location, so if it's not until next turn, can I cast my...
Sure.
No?
Yeah, you can roll your defend now and just start to run. So you're going to defend her as you
I'm
run
heading
her.
to the area.
Can I aid? I'd like to aid him by giving him a boost.
I don't really know how you give him a boost.
Just kind of, grab his arm and swing and throw him in that direction.
It won't make a difference. He'd only get a 9 anyway, so at this point it doesn't matter.
No, he can make it a 10. He's got to hold.
How would you make it a 10 on a defend roll when you rolled an 8 and you give him up? Oh, you only give him a plus.
He's
1.
got a hold for using his thing earlier.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
I think he's
Remember
talking
his roll
about-
thing?
He already used that.
Oh, no.
Did he?
Yeah. Not only
No,
that, but
I didn't, but that's not something I'd use it on.
don't you have
Somebody
hold?
So
I have one
It's
defend
okay.
hold.
let's
Oh.
find out what Kazumi's going to do here, guys. So Kazumi, you're in the air. You can still strike at him if you want, but you might be dropped with the teddy bear, who's still in your hands. And it's really epic music going on right now. And she's oh, turn the cameras on because they turned off.
My cameras didn't turn off.
Oh, wait, what the hell happened
sucks
there?
a big
Only
dick.
Tim did.
Why did?
Tim's dead.
It shifted everything.
Is my camera up?
Yeah, Logan's froze.
There we go. We're good.
No, it didn't.
We're good.
Yeah, it did.
It shifted off for some reason on that.
Did
So we see this teddy bear Kazumi's upside down holding onto this teddy bear by one hand, and if he was in real life, he was don't let me go. And then Kazumi, what do you do?
Let him
So
go.
obviously, I'm going to hold on to the teddy bear and
Right.
cast the mind thrust
All right, go
while
ahead
I'm
and
upside down.
yeah, you're like hanging upside down. It's got you by its leg or by your leg, your ankle. Let's see, what was that roll? A
So-
4.
Oh, it's brutal.
Go ahead and give me. We're gonna give you a roll on the wild surge just to see what happens as it reverberates on you. The surge does itself. So it's a D100. And what did you roll?
What does a surge do?
70. It's a like
I
her
know.
psychic ability goes out of control while she's trying to activate something, and something else happened. So around,
She turns into the
Kazumi.
phoenix.
this is probably the worst thing that possibly could have happened.
Oh God.
So around Kazumi, all on the ground, you see the land literally disappear in a gigantic circle. 1,000 pounds of non-living matter within 10 feet of the target vanishes. So literally just like a 10-foot circle.
Am I
right
able to
below
use
her
my hold to
disappears.
redirect the damage to
There was a
myself?
grassy field, so the grass is still there. If you
But-
said non-living
Well, yeah,
matter,
sure. The grass is way down below where the dirt used to be.
looks just like a pit.
It's just a huge pit just opens up below her.
How many more specters are down there?
You see, no one. Kazumi sees none down below.
Okay, that's good.
So that is what we're gonna actually. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's a pretty brutal one. So Kazumi is now dangling over this giant pit with Sinithel. Do you want to maybe
Aaron.
throw him as Limrod kind of finally reaches there?
I'm waiting to. I think that a teddy bear will take no fall damage. I'm worried about Kazumi falling, and I'm looking to. If she falls, I'm probably going to redirect an attack from the thing you defend to yourself. So I'm going to try and break her fall through myself.
Just gonna try to catch her midair.
So I guess at this point, that would be the other thing that happens as the Spectre sees this thing drop. It thinks it's a lot more fun just to drop you than it is just to burn you with its cold hands, and lets you go, Kazumi. So Limrod, Kazumi begins to fall.
She has to roll the damage for whatever it is, and
That's
that's
if
what
she
I'm
hits that's if she
redirecting.
hits the ground. So this is like I'm giving you the opportunity here to instead of using
Trade
defend,
places.
you could
Okay.
do a like defy danger in some form that you could describe. You maybe use your int to find some really super smart way to have
Okay.
it happen. Or
Right now, I can completely negate her damage. Am I going to keep my defend point?
you're defending her, so yeah, you're not attacking. So yes.
Okay. I'm willing to do that then. What am I doing?
How are you going to save her as she just like starts to fall? She's got
How many
15 feet.
specters are in front of us, by the way?
There's one.
I will use my Constitution to try and place myself right there and try and
You're just gonna like jump and dive and grab her because she's fallen into a pit that's like.
Can she use her
Yes.
tails to try to hold herself up for a little bit?
yes, I will be.
She's not-
Sonic. And
I'm gonna
Tails, no.
say I'm gonna use Constitution to make
Miles
sure
is
that
the
I
name.
position
I'm not
myself
saying
not in an
full-time.
area where like I can easily grab her, but that I am definitely underneath it. And even if I screw up this Constitution grab,
There's no
she will
way
land on me.
for you to be underneath unless you want to drop down like 50 more feet into the pit.
You said 10-foot radius.
Yes, and 1,000 pounds. So it just 1,000 pounds below her just
And-
gets taken.
I wasn't saying
Yeah,
flying
in a
tails. I
10-foot
meant like
radius.
grabbing onto the edge. With
Yes,
the
10
tail.
foot radius, but there's also a huge hole. Yeah, within a 10-foot radius.
Yeah,
all
but it's
it-
not like the 1,000 pounds within that 10-foot radius is gone.
Okay.
Yes, it disappears.
I will use.
Yeah.
I will
There's
use
a pit.
my wisdom then to try and figure out a way
still a
to
10-foot
stop her
ball.
from falling into the pit.
Okay. If 1,000 pounds of inert matter around her, literally that would be below her, disappears, would it still be a 10-foot fall or would there be a gigantic hole in the ground?
You said a 10-foot radius of inert matter. Do you know
Radius
how
and
much
depth.
10 square
1,000
feet?
1,000 pounds of
Yeah.
in a 10-foot radius around her.
Moko's now Googling.
Anyway, as the GM understands it, I'm gonna use wisdom to try and
Like, do you grab like maybe there's some kind of vine or something like that you grab or like a tree branch and you like throw it out for her like to catch it and grab onto?
sure. Just tell me what you want me to roll.
Give me
Aaron,
a wisdom roll.
Cubic foot of clay is 100 pounds.
I roll 5.
10-foot hole. That's all it is.
So she's fallen 25 feet. That's still pretty brutal. So you roll a 5. So you think about it, but you think about it like a second too late. And you know the only way you're going to be able to save her is to put yourself in danger by
So
like
that's
diving
what I will do.
forward and like gripping your feet onto the edge and like grabbing her arm.
Okay, I will do that.
Give me a strength roll. Kazumi, you grab for his arm and you start to fall. You fall past like the normal land. What would you like to try to do to maybe mitigate this hit?
Again, she has tails.
Probably like fan the tails
Fiction.
out
Okay.
as much as she could, just to,
Okay.
like kind of slow the fall from happening.
Okay, I'm gonna step in also on this. You have a spell or a power, which is the catfall one. You could probably activate that and prevent your
But
damage when you
then
hit
I would
ground.
have to roll on the wild surge table, which is kind of embarrassing.
Do it. All you gotta do is get at least a 7.
Okay, so I'll do that then.
Okay, so she flies by, and then you just see her like psychically activate this power. Maybe her tails is actually what's causing the slow from the ability. Roll the kinetic overload.
By the way, when I went to go and grab
No.
her, I think that well, you explain what happens instead, because it'll probably be better.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a +1 only because Mike's been trying to help you out. So you kind of
I'm going down with her because I'm still using my defense to completely negate it.
okay. So well, she's gonna negate the damage anyways from her ability
Except you're gonna hit the ground hard.
potentially.
What you think's hard, Tim, isn't hard for
31.
me.
That's what she said. Okay, so a 31 is the spell effect rebounds on the caster. So maybe it hits you and it activates, but it also hits Limrut. But the teddy bear drops.
No.
So you both slowly fall down. You see the teddy bear just slowly fall to the ground, and you hear a
Hold on. So what happens is she lands on her feet. Limrock clings to the wall.
and the teddy bear just, and then the hold ends because of this, because he's stuffed. So your last hold expends, which saved your life, Sinethel. But you have like on your left arm, there's just kind of blood trickling down from an open wound.
Awesome. Can we go back to our
Now
other
we're gonna
battle?
shift back over to Samuel and Sioris.
And
They're both right
uh,
there. Spectre's
and
still alive.
Metalath.
And
Metalath.
Metalath, yes. Metalath's swinging through this, and the weapon's literally just going through it as he's trying to strike. He's like, fuck.
All right, I would like to deal damage equal to my level with my last hold.
So you spend your last hold dealing your damage, which is 8
8.
to it. Okay, it is still up and floating as it makes a strike towards Samuel. What do you do, Samuel?
Defend me. And then expend all your hold this damage.
Considering I still have the holy weapon. I give up on life.
So Samuel makes another swing, and he
My
just,
life
like,
is
he
over.
swings so hard that his like backhand like
I
bumps
throw the hand.
Metalath and knocks
Oh.
Metalath to the ground,
Hits Sioris.
and Metalath is unable to assist for the next couple like rounds.
All
in a
right.
sense. Sioris, what
Yes.
do you do as
Love-
you see?
I'm going
spin
to
this
straight
thing?
up gack the shit out
All
of
right,
this
what
thing.
weapon are you using?
My Spire, of course.
Okay, the one that can hit anything, pretty much. Okay, you successfully just strike into this thing as it passes through. As you rip it out, it pulls out part of its beam. Go ahead and deal your damage. Dealing 8 to it, and it absorbs into the spear, just vanishes. And then we'll go over to Limrot. Limrot, above you, this specter shrieks as it dive bombs down, and Citadel turns back into human. What do
Okay.
you do, Limrot?
I am going to conjure up a trident.
Okay.
So I will do the burning brand. And I am going to position the trident where it hits the specter. So the specter will take its fall damage, even though it probably didn't expect to, while
Give me-
also taking the damage of the spear.
If you can give me a wisdom roll, if you succeed on it, it just gets hit, no matter what. You succeed, so go ahead and just deal your damage.
Oh, 1d8. Wow.
Deal
Yes!
1 damage.
Beautiful.
As it like shifts through this thing, like you just see it kind of like split between, and it comes back up from under the ground as it passes through Sinethel, and you feel really cold and weird, Sinethel. And it comes back up, and it just shrieks and like kind of like I don't know, it just shrieks at you guys with its hands like out, like menacing, like. Sinethel, what do you do as you're no longer a teddy bear?
Okay, am I able to actually strike this thing in like my shapeshift forms? Because it's a ghost, kind of.
You're using
Basically.
nature, so I would say yes. In your
Okay.
human form, probably not, because you're not really imbued with nature in that
Yeah.
sense.
Does it
Okay,
understand
so-
English? He has to answer that question.
The
for
only
me,
thing, the
Can I
only thing it has
discern
done, the
realities?
only thing it has done is literally shriek. I would assume no. It has not spoken any actual words.
Can I discern realities?
In the field of flowers.
Yeah.
Sure, but let's go and see what Sinathel's doing here. He is.
Okay, I'm going for a shapeshift. Okay, so I'm trying to shapeshift into the bear again.
Okay, you get maul as your
These
hold.
nice flowers.
So you're able to deal an additional 2 damage on your attacks.
You get pretty
Instead of-
yoked,
Okay.
dude.
Am I able to make an attack?
Yep, you shift and then you just, charge in bear form. But because of how small the hole is, you really couldn't get enough speed to jump up and grab onto this creature, and you just run into the wall, knocking yourself out.
What? Am I taking damage for that, or am I just knocked out?
You just get knocked out. Kazumi,
Okay.
you see him turn into an actual bear and just charge and run to a wall for no apparent reason. There's a specter, floating 5 feet above the ground in the pit that you're in. Limrod's already struck it with his trident that he has in hand. What do you want to do?
So we're in a how far?
It's
Like
a
how?
it's like a 10-foot hole.
Okay, so I guess depending on, I'm just going to
Do you have any fire spells?
I do not. No, I don't
It's all
actually.
Can I start heading in that direction, by the way, Aaron?
Well, if I roll my energy, which is what I want to do anyway.
energy
I want
blast?
to push it against the wall. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your kinetic overload again. 8. So on an 8, you roll in the wild surge. You may do a weaker version of the spell, but you take a -1 ongoing to cast a power until you rest. Do you wish to just roll in the wild surge and see what happens, or do you want to roll on it and have the ability to go off?
I'll roll on the wild surge.
Okay.
You can make it go off if it's gonna injure people. As long as there's no kid and I'm in there, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
No, Malin has the child up above.
Yeah, so
They're currently playing patty cake.
I think the one that's the most dangerous in a hole is me because I can't use most of my spells.
So let's take a look at the
Because I would
Boulder.
just
Just
yeah,
cast boulder.
crush everyone with a
23.
flaming boulder. I'm like, oh, what a warm boulder.
Fill the hole.
You cause fear within a 60-foot radius centered on the caster, all within the radius, except the caster make a defy danger plus con.
So this is a half. So anything less than
Are
a
we in
failure
range with this,
probably-
Aaron, or no?
Reasonably, you guys weren't that far into the field, so yeah. I would make a defy danger plus con to see if you're able to outrun this fear.
Yep. So we both.
I will
look
make
back-
one for the Spectre, which I'm going to give it a +2 because it's a Spectre. And, fear is really what it's afraid of.
I'm gonna use a hold to
As long
negate
as you get
that.
as long as you get a 7+, you're good.
Amell,
Yes.
Valor
I
point to
roll- I-
negate.
I rolled a
That
1,
affects.
Amell.
So, Sioris, you feel this overcoming fear just overwhelm you, and your god stands before you and stops you from running as you see Samuel just bolt into the forest.
I rolled, I
Just
rolled,
bitches it.
Sinatel is
I
knocked
rolled a
out,
1.
so to be fair, he just kind of stays down and knocked out, but he's not feared, he's not scared.
All right.
So you don't
I'm
have a
gonna
wild
go-
bear.
Am I able to make an attack at the Spectre now?
Were you able to
I can't
see,
believe I
Mike? I
rolled
missed
2
yours.
nat 1.
Yeah, I got the 8.
Yeah.
Real
So you successfully.
Here, I just want to say while they're doing their thing, I'm actually going to go into the forest and find Samuel because he's running off on his own. It's probably not very safe for him to do
All
that.
right, so you go to find Samuel, and Limerick goes and makes an attack with his trident, striking true.
I am going to roll 1d8, and I'm also going to roll a
Put
1d6.
yourself in danger as the Spectre counterattacks his strike. You deal 8 damage to it as it passes through the trident once again, and its entire arm just slices through your body. You feel this cold chill. Take
Do
a
I?
D10. There is no armor to take effect. So you take 5, and then you're.
I take 8.
4? Well,
Right?
it doesn't ignore armor.
It doesn't ignore armor,
No.
so 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Wait. No, I take 4 damage because my thing, I would only roll the 1d4 if after armor.
Okay, so you take 4 damage as it strikes through, and it's on it's like the bottom of it. You start seeing like parts of its like dress, like robe, start to like kind of fall off, like it's starting to disappear.
Dissolve.
Yes.
Okay.
So-
Whenever I can make my
Okay.
next attack, I will, but I'm
It's like
assuming
Kazumi.
Fox will, and will the bear too.
The bear, I'll try to let him wake up this next time, but let's let Kazumi make a move first.
I didn't actually roll for the damage and stuff.
Oh, so you're taking the -1 so you can roll the damage also, and activate the spell.
Oh, I was doing both.
If you can roll Wild Surge, and you activate a weaker version of the spell, but you take a -1 to your activating your powers for the until you rest, or you just roll in the Wild Surge. That was kind of what the option was on the
What up?
on it.
Okay, I'll stick with the Wild Surge.
Okay. So you just fear everybody. Oh man, why did I do
Camera's
that?
died.
Yeah, turn them back on.
Rip Skype.
Why is it?
So now
it
we-
says
Skype's
cannot
bad.
start video. Try the other programs that might be using
It's
it.
loaded on ours right now for some reason. Or it's like
Yeah, my
spinning.
camera's out. It won't work.
We hit the 4-hour limit, maybe.
No, we've only been on for 2 hours.
There. I got mine back up. I just turned off camera and put it back on.
I can't see anyone's.
Yeah, I see nobody.
That's
here.
because you're in Australia.
All
I
right,
can't see anyone's either.
All right, whatever. Rip.
I say we just
you
restart
know.
the call really fast.
No, screw that.
Yeah, restart the call.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put my video on.
I'm just gonna call everybody back. Give me a second here.
Okay, Dad.
Technical difficulties, guys. Let's get this going. Moko, and then Mike.
Yep. The camera won't work. It says cannot start video. Try closing other programs that might be using it.
Why are you breaking your shit, man?
Not breaking my shit, man. You broke my shit.
Yeah, I can see Aaron again.
I'm getting milk.
You can see that ugly face. I mean,
I gotta
what?
fix the cameras on stream again really fast.
All right, I'm stuck
So-
with just my Mickey Mouse picture.
Yeah.
Did you just dab, Mike?
Too bad. So sad.
Did I what?
Did you just dab?
So while we go searching for
Damn.
him, Kazumi, what do you wish to do at this point now that the creature is still up and
Samuel, come
on
back.
its last leg?
It's not safe.
Kill its ass.
Did it
By
not?
the holy, I don't know what
Hold on,
that
guys, let me hear what you're
was.
saying. So,
Did it not spirit?
It did not get scared. It passed its roll. I rolled it.
So I'm going to cast Kinetic Bolt on it.
Just roll your normal powers and oddities for that one.
Okay, Inspector Gadget.
Alright, so you successfully cast it. You have to choose though. You can take a -1 ongoing to cast a power or oddity. You can put yourself in danger, or forget the spell.
forget the spell.
Forget the power.
I'll do an ongoing.
Alright, so take a -1 odd.
-1.
That is what you do. So spell goes off successfully. Go ahead and roll and deal your damage. I think it's that D6 right there. Crushing through this thing's mind, just destroying it from the inside out. It is now dead.
We have turned you into vapor.
Okay, so everything is dead. The Seors, you find Samuel. As you walk back, you hear the rest of the group kind of yelling like, "Hey, get us out of here!" Does anybody maybe have like a rope they could use?
I look into the pit. I pull out my
Am
horn
I
of the
still
ram.
here?
I pull out my horn of the ram.
No, this is
Wait,
like when you
before
come
he
back.
does that, I just pull out a normal rope.
Wait, aren't you still scared?
No,
That's
this
what
is
I was saying.
He found him. They walked back and found you guys in the pit. Now they're dropping. He's gonna drop a rope to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my adventuring gear. No
Do I need to roll
rolls.
something to wake up?
You're awake at this point. It's been a couple minutes while they're waiting for him to find Samuel.
Alright,
Okay.
I'll mark down 3
Should-
Back in
uses.
human form.
Should have just let him wander around the forest aimlessly, but that would have been too chaotic.
Can I roll?
Alright,
Can I roll something like a shapeshift into just be able to jump out at the cat?
I lower down the rope.
And and as you do that, you're gonna shapeshift. There's a rope that's lowered. You can choose to shapeshift if you wish, or you can just climb up the rope.
Yeah, fuck it, shapeshift. More fun.
Defy danger,
All right,
strength.
So you turn.
If I turn into a cat,
bird.
just jump out. Okay,
Alright.
fine. I'll turn into a bird.
It's like a condor or something like that. Because it's mountain stuff, so condor would make sense.
Turns into a falcon.
Falcon.
Yeah, I was gonna say falcon.
You're now a falcon. You
We're
now
not in mountains, we're in forests.
You
stick
now
back.
get the peck out or claw out eyes hold. You may blind any one creature by spending a hold when you attack.
You. I'm
You
gonna
should also
stay as a
make his scout roll like a permanent 13.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. You can spend one hold when you do a scout roll as a falcon, to make it a 10 plus automatically.
Okay.
So I'm good with that also. I like that
So
suggestion.
the rope is sitting in the hole. Cyrus, help me with this.
As you both hold on to each person
Fictionally, I help him. It's like, you're no fun, Sam. So I put my horn away.
Metalatz kind of puts his sword or his axe back on the back as he comes back from his sphere that he ran away from. And you look
Metalatz, where the
around,
anchor.
and Malin and Rose are still sitting there, like Rose is like sitting in her lap. As soon as Kazumi
Okay.
comes up, Malin runs to Kazumi.
Malin runs.
So
Not
when
Malin,
I
sorry,
get
Rose.
when I get up from the hole, I turn to Cyrus and say, "You let this dude blow his own horn?"
Apparently, yeah. I let him blow his own horn. Every so often need to toot their own
I
horn.
look slightly displeased. However, happy to be out of the hole. I was like,
Okay, I have a question before we continue on, guys. We got about a half hour left or so. Maybe a little bit more than that. You guys okay with going like another 10, 15 minutes over? If
Yeah.
we need to?
Yeah.
If everybody's
mhm.
okay, then we'll do it. If not, then we'll just cut it when we cut it.
"I'm fine." So if anyone has trouble, I mean, speak up. It's not gonna hurt our feelings.
So we'll just start. We'll just leave it off at that point.
No,
I-
I'm fine.
Yeah, I
Alright.
don't mind.
So,
It's only 3:15 a.m.
all right, so we're going to darkness. It is now dark as you
Yeah, we're gonna
guys
see sun.
arrive at the house. It's a nice house. It's got it's a double or 2-story house. It's decently wide. It's probably got a kitchen. It's a kitchen, a living room, and like a dining room on the first floor.
Do we rest before going into this house where our parents are dead?
That is your guys' choice. Do you wish to rest before you go in, or do you just go inside?
I'd like to rest.
We're gonna rest.
Go
Like,
go inside.
This
What?
would have been more of a rest. You guys took like a short rest after the battle, just kind of.
So I get my health back up,
Can I make a
and
scout
people get their spells
around
back.
the house?
Let me take a look here. A short
If
rest.
people want to wait, so wait, what did we just encounter, Amell?
Specters, ghosts.
Her
No,
dead,
no, no.
her dead parents' house.
You found that. You found the house. Her house.
Her dead parents'
Can I make a
house.
scout roll around the house?
Mike.
I'll take her inside.
Holy shit, guys.
If everyone wants to rest, I'll take her inside. I have plenty of HP.
So.
Are we
give me the-
taking watch?
It's not. We're
Is that
not.
what we're talking
We're
about?
not making a
Aaron.
camp, people. The house is right there.
And
Yes.
can I make a scout roll around to see if there's anything around the house in danger, or maybe
Yeah.
like peer
Like,
into the
peer
window?
windows.
You spend one hole
Yeah.
to like look around the whole thing. You
I
look
don't need
inside the house. You look inside, and you just see a man and a woman like in the kitchen, like cooking dinner. It looks like most likely because it's
Alright.
it's dark.
I'm gonna go walk up and just knock on the door.
I didn't know
Okay, whatever.
necromancers
It's
cook.
fine. I said I was gonna go in first, but fuck it. I'm just gonna sit
I'm
here.
I'm going with Samuel to go knock on the door.
Sitting in the flower field.
Okay,
Play
so
this area with.
You walk forward without resting. Apparently, is how it seems.
I don't need to rest. Fuck that
And you
shit.
go forward and you knock on the door, and you just see Rose come like jumps out of Kazumi's arms and goes running forward and just pushes the door open. He goes, "Mom, Dad, I'm home," and she like veers off somewhere off in the through one of the doorways.
Job well done.
Do you guys walk in?
As I dust my hands and say, "Let's get out of here."
I follow behind her.
So Samuel walks into the house. As you walk in, she goes, "I had some friends help me.
I
They
tell,
were
I tell.
great." And then the father walks in. I'm assuming that right now, Sinethel, Kazumi, Limra, Metalath would probably be with those two, but Malin
I
are
would
all
probably-
kinda sitting outside, like kind of.
I'm gonna be outside.
No, I'm coming up to the front too. I would
Sitting
like
at the
to meet
porch
the
or whatever.
parents
Alright.
to see it through to the end at least.
So the guy walks over
I'm-
and sees Samuel. He goes, "Ah, you must be the one my daughter were talking about." And he puts his arm out to you and goes, "Thank you for bringing her back."
It was.
I'm still in my bird form, and I'm just like sitting on Samuel's shoulder.
Okay, so
It
you're
was
in the
nothing.
house now. He goes, "Thank you for bringing her. Thank you for bringing her back. We were worried. She's been gone for much longer than she was supposed to." He goes, "If you want, you may stay for dinner."
I'd love to.
I'm staying
He
outside,
looks, goes, "Was it just you?"
keeping watch.
No, we have some friends outside.
As you maybe
They're a little. They're a
With
little.
a bird on your
This,
shoulder.
this is one of them. They're a little on edge all the time. So
you're one of those kinds of people. Well, I
I look-
appreciate their assistance.
I look around the house. when I look in the door, is there anything that looks out of place? Anything of the sort?
It looks like a pretty normal house. You see, like, the room you come into has like chairs, maybe like a rocking horse, and like some like
Oh
like
my
silverware
god.
and stuff like that.
I want to I do want to use my
Discern realities? That's a great
No,
thing, Mike.
while you're
I'm glad
no,
you
outside,
guys do that.
I wanna ask the father, but I'm not making it super obvious. I'm gonna be using my hey, what's your desire type of thing, where I'm instead of saying I'm trying to find where my actual spell is. The gaze intensely in her eyes and ask him what fuels the flames of your desire. I'm going to pretty much try and reword it into. So what are you guys doing out here? What have you guys been doing?
They kind of look at you and like, well, that's a really awkward question to ask someone you just met, but
Kazumi, like,
But
telepathically
they have to answer it.
well, let's see what she says.
talks to. Wait, you're talking to the dad?
He like
Yeah.
mentions talks to the dad, yeah.
So, like, she, like, says, be wary of him.
And then he kind of looks as you knock this vase over. He goes, "Careful with that. It's a family heirloom."
And what did he say when I said what
He looks. He
what
goes,
fuels
he
his
goes,
desire?
"This is where we've always lived. It's our home.
How long have you been here?
Most of my life. This is my parents' house before it was mine." He
I'm
goes, "What about
outside
you?
not
Where are
having
you
any of
from?"
this conversation.
Me? I tell them I'm from outside of the tower.
He goes, "Oh, interesting. One of those."
Can I discern realities to see if something's here is not what
So,
it seems?
what do you do? Are you discerning realities on the guy, or are you like are you done the
They
conversation?
officially didn't answer my question very
You asked them
appropriately.
what they're doing out here. They're living out here. This is where they live.
Just discern realities. What here does not appear what it seems to be.
Yeah, that's
Well, I'm asking, are you discerning on the guy, like as you're talking to him, or are you gonna like stop the conversation?
this whole
like, look around the
situation. Are we?
house?
I'm looking at the situation that we just dropped the child into. Is this not what it seems to be? Am I dropping the child off into a hazardous situation? That is what I am.
Okay, so
discerning.
that's what you're trying to figure out. Okay, go ahead and make a roll. So, you think that it is
And I'll make
There-
that a 7.
okay. So you may ask one question.
I just asked it before.
Okay, so you're asking, did you put your child
Specifically about the child. Are we putting this child into a dangerous situation?
So as you're like thinking, you're looking, you're speaking with the husband. You hear he kind of speaks over like for wife. He goes, "Honey, we have," and he kind of counts. He counts out how many people. He doesn't see Sioris, so Sioris isn't there. So he counts Kazumi, Sinethel, Limrut, Samuel, Metzelath. Malon's probably outside with Sioris right now, just talking. So he's like, "We got an extra 5 for dinner," and then you just hear this growl in response. Which
Oh my god, it's
answers your
So
question.
I'm having a conversation with Malin. It's like, Malin, does this seem fishy to you?
I
Yeah,
walk
like,
past him
I
and
know
walk
plenty of
into
people
the
live in the
kitchen.
forest.
I'm going to tell him we'll be right there. Hold
No,
on,
he
how do
goes,
I
no,
wanna-
no, no, no worries. Just stay. It's fine. As Samuel walks into the kitchen, and you see at the table, there is no, like, oven or, like, stove or any kind of, like, thing they would use to cook any kind
But
of meat.
what I got from my discern realities is that the child is in danger.
Yes. That was kind of what fictionally you ended up finding out. So,
All right. So
So-
I'll say I'm gonna say that I'm just gonna speak to
Mel
the
wants
child
to say
real quick.
something.
I was still describing what Samuel sees, so give me a second here.
I'm heading over to the child.
So, the child, you don't know where she's at. She's just somewhere in the house. She, like disappeared, went somewhere. So,
I will cast my dark magic on the child to find where the child is.
hold on a second and let me do my damn description of what Samuel sees, and then we can do something else. So, Samuel sees this. All you see is like a deer carcass on like a cutting board, on like a counter. You see, you're kind of looking around. Give me a discern reality, Samuel. See what else you notice. 8. You may ask one question.
What are all the options? Basic moves, discern reality.
Do you like what my character's
What
talking
is
about with
here?
Malin?
What is here that is not appears to be?
So you're looking at the deer carcass, and you're looking at some of the other meat that's kind of laid around like the counters, and then you notice a human hand on the countertop. And then you look to your left, as you hear a growl and you see a werewolf as it lunges towards you.
I yell out, "Trap!" and attack the werewolf.
As he yells this out, the father transforms into a werewolf himself in front of the four of you.
I shout at the parents and say, "Leave now, or we will destroy you." And I cast the what is it? The firebrand on it, so it will flee if I successfully do this. But I'm saying it so that both the female and the male.
You're giving them the idea to flee.
I'm giving them the idea that we will destroy their souls if they do not flee this situation now.
Okay.
All right, so
Make you roll.
firebrand.
Okay, and then we'll find out what Cioris does with this horn of the ram for some reason outside.
It's an 11.
So you let your presence known to be all within the country.
I pretty much, everyone notices that I'm nervous, and I slam the staff down, and I'm like, "Be gone before we destroy your souls."
You
To
say
the
this.
parent, to the parent, and to the father, the father and the wife, the two
So you
werewolves.
say this, and as you do,
Werewolves, be
the
gone.
werewolf in front of you's tail tucks and it runs into the kitchen. Samuel, it's going to run you over unless you're able to get out of the way. Can you
I'm
make-
going to do a defy danger with my strength and just hold my guard and knock it back down so it can't run.
Okay.
Fuck me.
So
Oh, dude, you even
okay,
got a
so-
+1 on that.
Tried to
So
fight
when
a
he's
werewolf.
doing this, as he fucks up, I'm just
I
gonna
failed so many
hover
rolls.
in the room
So
so,
you
that it doesn't affect me.
to hover in the room. Samuel, you get ran over, claws rending into your legs and back. Please take a D10 plus 2 with 1 piercing.
So it's kind of like when a dog runs on a wooden floor and they're scampering, except
Yeah.
it's on Samuel's back.
Yeah. So Samuel, you take 3 damage. Armor. It does not ignore armor.
So
yeah,
that
it's one
means I'll
piercing.
take 2 damage.
Okay. And
So,
go ahead, Kazumi.
okay, so seeing werewolves wouldn't bother her much because it would just be like another kind of animal to her.
Okay.
But her concern would lie in where are her parents? So did the
I would-
other escape?
I
Or-
would say
No.
after I see them flee, I am gonna say to Kazumi, "Can you sniff out the child? We need to find her and make her
So
safe soon."
they have not fled yet at all. What happens is Samuel gets knocked over. He kind of like his head's tilted towards sides towards the other werewolf, the female, and you see this other werewolf turn and run up the stairs. Samuel, do you say anything?
To the werewolf going up the stairs.
You see this werewolf run up the stairs, like turn around and just book it upstairs.
I'm going to use my dark magic to go straight to where the girl is.
Okay, give me a wisdom check just to see if you were able to like at some point pick something
+1.
up, like you had the thought.
Can I
you
use
actually do it.
divine
You get +1 on
intervention
this.
to
She was
stop her-
underneath my cloak.
Yes, but you never specified that you did it. So I'm giving you a chance to say that you by doing
Going
this, that you did it.
forward for the rest of the game, if I make contact with someone, like the fox, I already have fox hairs. I already have whatever fucking feather this dude has
You
right
have
now.
one of his antlers that you saw.
Took a
off.
piece of my
I could
antler.
have
I'm like,
sworn that I've said this before, but I'm reiterating that I always am. If I come within contact of someone, I am keeping something specifically for this.
Mike, you do get +1 to this.
Which means you were able to get a piece of like her hair.
Okay.
Amell, can I use divine intervention to stop the werewolf's movement from going upstairs?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead and roll your ability to like connect with her while he does
Okay.
this attempt to stop with SE2's power.
Quick
All right,
question,
so
Aaron.
I roll my con.
Did anything else show up after my horn?
Let me make
no,
sure
but
that
you made
the
things
right
aware, so potentially something might.
Oh man.
Aaron, where's the
Hold
other
on,
wolf
I don't
going?
think I
The
rolled
one
the right
that's not
thing.
upstairs.
The
I
one
mean, you
wolf
rolled con.
was running up the stairs. The other one is now in the kitchen, making the same kind of running in the same direction as Limra doesn't. Limra.
Oh yeah, I
You
did roll the right thing.
connect.
It was con.
So you connect
Okay.
with her. What does it specifically say?
So right now, I am name someone you know with whom you have an arcane link, hair, clothing, which I asked her name and everything, and I told you would have her hair, clothing. You can see them, hear them, and whisper to them as if from a nearby shadow.
Okay, so you can whisper to them. You can't see her. You can say you can see.
What?
Right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I'm able to see, talk, cast.
So you see her upstairs, like in her room, playing like with a doll.
Okay.
You tell her to lock the door.
I am going to summon a
Hold
wall
the door.
in between her and the door. I'm going to pretty much blockade her with my invisible wall. So nothing can come into that room.
What skill gives you the ability to make an invisible wall?
The one that he used
The
last
shield.
session.
The shield. You have to be in place for that to happen. You'd have to be there. You can't just like, wall over there.
Hey, the wall goes up and through the floor.
Sure.
You are there as if you are in a nearby shadow.
Yes, but the shield is not necessarily there. So no, you're not physically there. You're as if you're there. I will not allow that. If you want to try to run and get up there or like tell the party where she's at, go ahead.
Can I jump onto the second floor?
What
Nah,
reason?
fuck it, I
Now
don't
my
wanna do
question
that.
is, what reason do you have to jump on the second floor besides the fact that you just blew your horn while like right at the doorway?
Hold on.
So
You know what? Yours is a better idea. He wants to sink the house into the ground because
let's
he hates
go ahead
everybody.
and let Samuel make his divine inspiration roll.
No, divine. It's not inspiration.
Intimidation.
Intervention.
Intervention. Okay. Oh, you're gonna spend one.
Another
whole-
eye, another fancy eye.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just stopping their movement up
No,
these stairs.
Fine. If you want to use your
completely.
hold to do that, I'm fine with that. It stops. It turns and looks at you, and it just howls and charges in your direction as you're like getting up off the floor.
Can somebody please
What
tell me
do
what's
you
going
do?
on other than it's a trap?
Do I stop? Like both of them are stopping, or is only one
They
stopping?
both turn at you because they can no longer go upstairs, and they're going to murder you.
I take a quick glance behind me to see if there's anyone there.
Um.
I'm
I'm
there.
above you.
So Kazumi's there right now, and you have
I
a bird
speak-
right above you.
I speak to the child while I'm there, and I ask, "Did you know are your parents werewolves?"
She looks at you and goes, "No. Who is this?" And she's like looks around and you like see her like in the shadow.
I say, "It's me, the fairy that Limrod had."
She goes and runs and hides in her closet.
Okay.
Wow, I think it's a good start.
That's fine. We needed her to be safe-ish.
Can I make an attack at one of the werewolves?
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask if he could, like,
Yeah,
maul out
as
the
you
eyes of the one
charge
farther away.
forward, do you want to make an attack and then add a hold to after it? So you're able to strike.
That is a holy shock.
Oh, that was your holy shock. Okay, so you holy shock one of them, deal your damage, and then next attack is a minus 1d4.
Oh,
As Sinethel,
plus one. Plus one.
Ooh.
Plus
Okay.
one.
So Samuel's able to do 4 damage to this creature, and weakens it for its next attack. This is the same one that jumps up and sees the bird, and it's the father that recognizes that you're one of them, and jumps up and bites and its mouth just closes on you, and it bites down. You take a D10 plus 2, I think. Let me double check that. Yes, I think
Okay,
that's one
but-
armor.
Hey, can you read my message?
It ignores my armor, so I take 4.
Kazumi, we need help.
And I'm able to make my attack, aren't I? Because I made the 7.
Yep.
Yes, you are able to make its attack as it
Okay, I
strikes
want to
back at
add
you.
one of my holds. I still have 3, so I have 2 now to
Cloud
blind it.
eyes.
And what is it? A D8?
Yes.
Samuel
Seven.
calls out for
Doing
Kazumi's
7
help.
damage.
And it's blind.
So, before Kazumi gets to act, though, the other werewolf is on top of Samuel, ripping through, like, at him with its claws and teeth. Samuel, what do you do? Then Kazumi will get a turn.
I'm going to knock one of its arms away and like pull the shield in front of me and just kind of like have that block for a while.
I can say words.
Okay. So,
It goes without saying that I am watching the child and seeing everything the child sees.
And we're gonna go with a defy danger with my. I think that would be Khan then. Right? Wouldn't that be Khan? Amell?
yes, Con.
Good, because I have a -1. Good. I'm glad.
Alright, so you go to dodge, and this wolf just rends
Not
into
dodging.
you. Well, you go to block it, and this wolf rends into you. Do they have a mesh
Okay.
attack? I can't remember. Let's find out here. They do not. So, the creature that Sinethel struck at, you watch the wounds on its like neck and like face slowly start to heal back up.
Sick. What a waste of a fucking hold. Is it still blinded though?
No, its eyes start to regenerate also.
Great.
Not completely, but it starts to regenerate.
So, do I take damage for this?
You do not. I kind of welcomed an unwelcome truth for your role, which is that
Have
they're regenerate.
have we been dealing good damage to the wolf?
They're
I hit
regenerating.
7.
Yep, but they just regenerated.
And there's 2 wolves,
There's
correct?
2 wolves.
Kazumi.
Are werewolves immune to fire?
Give me a spout lore. Let's see what you know about werewolves.
Aaron, can I get a response with my thing?
Yeah, make sure you read what he said.
I am. Whatever. So, is that what that Discern Realities was for, Moko?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm step back from the house and I look at it. I was like, is there something going on in this house that I can actually see? Or I just assume that he just yelled out loudly one time and that was it.
I yelled trap, and so instead of coming inside...
Why
you
would
were
I
just
run
like,
into
I'm
a
gonna walk.
trap? I don't know what kind of trap it is. You didn't
Dumbass.
give any information.
It's fine.
You didn't say, oh,
Typical-
trap.
But you know what?
Trap.
Arguably, Seorson can go, what's going on?
Typical
Where was
Seahorse.
a what's going on from Seorson in that aspect? I mean, realistically, it's like, well, they didn't say anything. I'm walking away. So, I will continue on with that.
Do I see anything? That was the question I
No,
asked.
you
I
don't
get to
see
ask
anything on the fucking second floor.
I get to ask the GM one question for the basic move list.
For Discern Realities? Wait, because so that Discern Realities wasn't worth for what I thought it was?
And you would have heard Limrot say, "Flee now, or we will destroy your souls."
I roll a discern realities because fictionally I'm looking to see what's there.
Okay, if you actually were by the door, I mean, right now, if you're out in the middle of the thing, you're
I'm
like,
looking upstairs. Is anything upstairs?
No.
Is there?
no, you can't see anything from outside upstairs at all. And
Okay, so
you'd have to go through the 2 werewolves and Samuel to get to the staircase to get upstairs, literally.
I walk into that. I start walking into the house.
Okay, so you
Kazumi's
walk
turn.
into the house and you're just hearing roars and birds cawing, and then you see Kazumi doing something.
All right, I'm going upstairs.
Open the door.
You can't do that. You would have to go past everything.
I'm going
Okay,
upstairs.
fine. I'll kill whatever's on the way upstairs.
All right, give me a minute, guys. I will fictionally tell you exactly how each person gets to do their shit. Right now, there's 3 people blocking a fucking door, so you can't. So, Kazumi, Samuel's like right next to the door with you. What do you do as this werewolf is ripping in, like trying to rip his armor to shreds?
I'm gonna try to like knock it away, like knock it back with an energy push.
All right, Mike, you would also know they're not necessarily weak to fire. They would probably regenerate from it, but you know you did when looking around the house, you did notice some silverware that you thought might be able to somehow melt onto weapons to turn them to be effective. 'Cause you know werewolves are weak to silver.
All right, so I will grab some silverware in my hand and start to melt it into a spiked gauntlet for now around my fist.
Firebrand.
Okay, so Kazumi activates a power naughty. Kazumi, what spell are you using?
Energy ball.
Okay, the energy ball is the psychokinetic overload. It's still the same roll, so I'll give it to you because it still uses the same. So you got a 10. So you're able to activate the ability. It still rolls a wild surge, though, I believe.
That is for the element, which it ends up being.
Okay, that's cold, so it will freeze them in place. And go ahead and deal your damage. 2d6.
There's gonna be a frozen popsicle wolf on my face.
8.
Damn. Pretty
So
good.
she blasts this thing as it like tries to lunge towards you, Samuel, and it's like it can't move, like it's stuck because its feet are frozen at this moment, so it's unable to move.
Did you say I have to roll on the wild surge as well?
Yes, because it's technically activating one of your oddities that you can't normally.
That
prepare.
thing's still weakened by the way.
Let me know when I have created the gauntlet, because I'll make another action.
Okay. So maybe, Sirius, you see Limrock starting to craft the silver gauntlet.
Can I make an attack against one of these werewolves? Because
Give me a minute here.
okay.
I got it.
Samuel is underneath one.
So Wild Surge is a 46, which is All normal doors, secret doors, portcullises, including those, locked within 60 feet of the caster, swing open. So every door in the entire house just bursts open. As she
Including the one that the little girl is hiding in.
Yes, and your divine intervention bursts from the staircase at that same time. One of the werewolves that was attacking, it had Sinethel in its mouth, turns and starts running up the stairs with Sinethel in his mouth.
Oh yeah, I guess that thing would. That
Can I
thing
attack
would get
that
rid of
one?
my divine
And then-
intervention.
Sioris, you push like past Kazumi and like Samuel that are in like the doorway fighting the one that's now frozen to the ground. What do you do? As it's like clawing and like biting wherever it can within whatever it can reach.
I'm just gonna murder the thing.
All right, so you maybe step back a little bit since you have the long range. Just go ahead and deal your damage.
I'm going to put myself in a disadvantageous position. Use 1 valor point as well.
Is Samuel still underneath this thing?
No, you're like standing up. You're like fighting like right next to it. 8, 13 damage. So you strike at this wolf, slicing,
Turning into Abraham.
and you. Oh, here it's right here. Okay, so it collapses to the ground, like it fell backward because its feet are still frozen to the ground.
Okay.
All right.
Is it
so
dead?
It looks dead.
Oh, I want to make sure it's dead by continuously stabbing it over and over again.
All right, so Sioris, you guys watch. She just comes in and
Just
That's what he does. The one werewolf has ran up the stairs.
I
with
run up the
Sinethel
stairs
in her
after
mouth.
it.
Sinethel, what do you want to do? So Samuel starts running up. Kazumi, I'm assuming, starts to run up because of Rose.
Well, I'm assuming that I don't need to roll with Defy Danger to try and get out of its mouth.
Yes, you do. You can use
That'd
your
be a-
strength or dex since you're a small bird. You could use like wisdom by transforming yourself back into human, just like
Breaking its jaw.
Or being trapped in its jaw where it does messy tag damage.
The child's still safe in the closet currently, correct?
The closet door is
you
swung
still have the
open.
connection with it. The door is open.
Yes. Yeah. I have the connection with the child continuously. I see everything
Yes.
and know everything.
The door,
so-
like you like reclose the doors. Okay, so you defy danger. So you're able to do it, but if you do, as you like try to break out from your form, actually no, your wing will break, so you won't be able to fly.
Okay.
You get clipped, baby.
Oof.
Or you can spend all your hold to transform back to human. You won't take any damage, but you're able to break free, but you lose all your hold.
Second one. I break free and I'm back in my human form.
All right, so you go to shift out, and then you just human, and the mouth just opens, and it can't have it far enough, so it just kind of pops and you just roll out onto the ground.
Can I also
Breaking its jaw.
make an argument that
Regenerate.
I get a +1 because I have preserved this journey, or I have preserved to an end a journey that we have begun?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'm charging up the stairs. What do I see?
Sammy, you charge up the stairs. You see Sinethel rolling out of a wolf's mouth as it kind of cries out in pain. And at this point, let's see. Actually, we'll wait a second here. So
I'll make an action. If not, you
go
can
and, you can
swap
go and make your action, Samuel, as you run up the stairs.
real life aggro. I'm going to yell out, Sinethel, duck! Because I need the room to swing the hammer.
Sinethel's actually on the opposite side of the wolf. You're like at its
Oh.
ass, and he's at its mouth.
Perfect. Not perfect. I haven't hit a roll this entire time.
You go to swing, but
Well, I
you're
mean,
like,
getting
because of
XP.
your heavy armor, the staircase is really difficult for you to get up, and you like trip and
Great.
you slide down. I believe Sioris was behind you. Sioris, please make a
No,
defy.
it was Kazumi. It was Kazumi.
I went to go kill that one wolf, and he ran up the staircase. So I'm just
Right,
like
you're still stabbing
stabbing
it, right?
Kazumi needs
So
to defy
Kazumi
danger with
needs
Dex.
Dex to like
I make
leap
sure
over
it's
Samuel as
dead.
he slides down the staircase.
Aaron.
I'll do it for her
Definitely
since
dead.
she's got aggro stuff going on.
Aaron, was I able to craft
Oh, she did.
the actual fist weapon?
Yeah, it's crafted. You're like maybe at the staircase as you watch Samuel.
Has anyone made it up the staircase to help the girl?
Sinethel's up in
I'm-
the room, and Samuel's sliding down, and Kazumi's jumping over Samuel.
Quick question. In the room I am, can I hear anything going up above the floor above me?
Reasonably, yeah. It's like a one,
Okay.
like it's only like 2 bedrooms, so there's like one door this way, one door that way.
Using my best approximation, I want to attack through the floor.
Okay, it's like
Just
a,
stab
it's like
the
a, it's like
girl.
a,
If I
Okay.
roll very poorly,
I will allow it.
Because I just want to be like, I thought
All right,
things up
so
here.
you can't just it's not literally right above you though. So you're gonna have to leave the wolf that you've been stabbing all on the ground, bloodied and messy.
Mutilated? Yeah, I got it. I'm
And
cool
then
with
you're
that.
gonna go like
Walk
into, like,
over.
maybe the living room. And you just like stab upwards.
Yep.
All right. So Limrat's running upstairs. Kazumi successfully just.
I'm
jumps over
I'm
him,
also making
almost
sure
losing her
to
own
do a
footing.
finishing attack on each of the werewolves, not on their face, but in their chest where their heart would be, to make sure that they're dead as I
Mike,
go.
before you go up the stairs, and as this wolf you start to see this wolf regenerate as Seorts finally stops stabbing it. Go ahead and make your attack, or just deal
Your
damage.
coup de
Coup de
grace.
grace.
Wait,
It's a
the
coup de grace.
one I just been continuously stabbing for the past.
So
5
I'm
Gets
doing
to
a coup de
regenerate,
grace,
yeah.
so it's just because it's regenerating and it's not
You
able
just
to
deal your
move.
damage. Just
It's
Sure.
like Deadpool.
and you just smash it in, and then if you finally see the wounds that were regenerating, just stop. And
Yeah.
it goes, and you just hear a howl from upstairs that it realizes that its mate has died.
When this werewolf dies, does it transform into anything?
No, it stays a werewolf.
Transform
Alright,
into a
I
bigger
want to know what
dead
happens
wolf.
with Kazumi because she rolled a 9.
I'm just gonna let her jump over you and like barely catch her own footing. Just
Huh.
and she's like kind of stalled in place, so it's like she wouldn't be in danger of Seor's random stabs of nature
Oh, I get +1, so that makes it a 10, baby.
Why do you get +1?
because of his
Because
code.
He
Valor
hasn't
code.
used his-
I'm gonna start abusing the shit out of my Valor.
His code, as long as he's following, he gets a +1 to his like next thing.
Yeah, so I'm also going to put myself in danger.
Okay.
Gives me a +D6.
Now
I'm going to use another Valor
you-
point and get me a D8 on top of
here's
that.
the thing:
You're gonna
you
How
hit
many
stab.
fucking
somebody,
Valor points do you have?
but you need to defy danger
I
with
have
your
4.
wisdom to see whether or not you're actually able to detect if this is the werewolf or if it's somebody else.
You're about to kill the child.
Aaron, is he around the child
With a 10,
and about
with
to
a
do
10,
something
he's-
reckless?
He's downstairs stabbing up through the
Yes,
floor.
with a 10, Moko. You're
I
stabbing.
am
through
going to cast
Shut up,
the,
shut up.
the
Everybody
fire
shut up with
shield.
your roll.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
just said
I
I'm
know
more-
who I'm attacking.
He's able to completely pinpoint right where the wolf is because of the howl from its like dying mate. It knows, and he just stabs up through its chest. As you guys see the spear pop up from underground.
How the fuck did he stab through the werewolf's chest through the living room? How
It's like-
short is their
it's-
ceiling?
Think 8-foot ceiling, but a 10 or like an 8-foot long lance. He just
All I gotta do is go zip right through.
realistically like 4 feet of it could go up through it.
And I'm just gonna leave it in there and be like, all right,
So it cries out.
let's keep it stuck there for now.
Okay, and what weapon is this?
This is the spire.
Okay,
I want to know what Kazumi
so
does.
it jumps.
Oh wait,
up.
that adds +1 too. I forgot to add the
Fine.
+1 for damage,
So
but it's
it
10.
it jumps up like and gets back up on all 2 feet and starts to pull the spire out.
Except it's stuck on the floor because it can't get
Well,
out.
that's why it jumps up like it's on 4 legs. Jumps up, spear comes up with it. You said you just left it there, so you didn't like.
I'm just gonna keep
go.
pushing it up through it,
Mhm. So
knowing I've connected.
All right,
Okay.
am I near this werewolf now?
you're up. You have made it upstairs, but Sinithel, you were in front of it as this wolf is like stabbed through. It's been a while since he's done anything. So,
Mm.
what do you do? It's just like
Um,
biting at you, just trying to get in reach. Just like come here and I'll just rip your face off.
I'm gonna roll a shapeshift
Is that all you can do?
to try and basically my
Into what?
fucking staff is a piece of shit. I'm gonna try and morph back into a bird to avoid it.
All right, so you turn into a parakeet.
Oh, this
Sweet.
is gonna be bad.
So he turns into a
Tweet,
parakeet.
tweet.
You
Tweet.
gain
Fail.
the ability sing me a song, which you sing this wonderful like whistle tune whenever you wish.
And
It
you're
does
able
nothing?
to say, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Parakeet, not parrot.
Whatever.
So
Does the song do anything?
it sounds lovely.
And how many hold do I have?
25.
You can stop him.
I'll give you 2 hold. But
Infinite.
You can't. You can maybe use 1 right now if you wish, but the other one you can't use right away right now.
Okay. I'm gonna use one hold.
And he
Just-
starts to whistle, guys. It sounds lovely. It's great. It's really horrible battle music. That's all I'm saying. So it was not the time and place for this.
All right.
Kazumi,
Just hit-
You see a little itty bitty bird off in the distance beyond this wolf. What do you want to do?
Eat it.
I don't know if she can talk yet or not. We'll find out. If she can't, then we'll skip over.
So I make it upstairs, or
Yeah, you made it upstairs. You're like behind the wolf, and there's this little itty bitty baby parakeet.
Which is currently skewered.
Not the parakeet, the wolf.
Yes, the wolf is currently skewered.
What do you
So-
want to do?
I'm going to like go and attack it with kinetic bolt.
All right. Exciting.
Does she get a plus or anything because she's behind it and it's like.
No, there's no flanks or anything like that in this game.
Oh, okay.
She get a bonus because it's currently immovable and cannot
Since
dodge
it
very
can't
well.
move, sure, I'll give you a +1 for that. That's reasonable. Which didn't help. So she goes to cast a kinetic bolt, and what happens is she blasts and it misses the wolf and blows up the door to the closet. From the closet, Sinethel, you turn and look.
I'm gonna cast the aura on the child now.
Let Amell finish.
You might want to wait a second, because Mike, you feel it's at the same exact presence. You feel a shift. And Sinethel looks, and Rose is transformed into a little small werewolf and leaps towards the parakeet.
God damn it!
All right, well then I'm casting it on the parakeet.
Defy danger, Dex.
I'm casting my aura on the parakeet then.
That's really loud today.
Yes. You can mute it, Sim.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Just slash me everything.
All right, so I'm casting it on the parakeet. Intelligence.
Now hold
8.
on. This is all pretty instantaneous for you to be able to react that fast. Give me a dex roll first to see if you're able to like quickly
react that fast. I was staring at the child the whole time.
True. I'll give it. No, you're fine.
So what is she, an instantaneous werewolf?
You're fine. They all shifted quick, to be fair. If you remember the dad, he was instant, like, boom, transformed pretty much. But I'll allow it just since you have a connection with her.
All right, and so I will roll 4d6, and a black aura appears on this parakeet.
This little itty-bitty aura that's this big surrounds the parakeet.
It surrounds the parakeet, and it shreds the child's soul.
So, the floor sets on... The sword sets on fire. Or the floor does, not the set sword. So the floor starts to burn around the parakeet. As this thing leaps
It's not
forward.
a heat fire. It's only it's a soul fire. I told you, it's a black fire.
Yeah, I don't remember what they all do. So she charges in and bites down on you, Avox. Please take a D10 plus...
I would argue that she takes damage before he does because the bite, she first has to go into the aura, take the soul damage, and then she gets to do the damage.
She still deals the damage.
Do the teeth crush him before she gets to the aura? She hits the aura first.
Yes, but it's like in her mouth because of how small it is. It's a parakeet. It's this fucking big of an aura.
I still say the damage happens.
It's like a softball.
The damage of the aura happens before the...
Mike, even if the damage of the aura happens, the dead body would still clamp down.
That's fine. He can take the damage. I want the child to die by soulless.
So let's take a look here. No. I gotta look at something first. So yeah, you can take a D10 plus 4. 2 additional damage for being a really small creature.
Jesus.
You take 11 damage as this thing encases you. And it gets burned as it yelps and releases you at the same time because of the heat around. You do absorb 6 of that damage. It gets absorbed by the shield. So you only take, 6 of it? 5 of it?
I would say that it does the 7, and then it absorbs what's left of the 7.
That's what I did.
Sure,
So 6
What's going
damage.
on up there? Is everyone dead?
You
Did
hear Metalab
Kazumi
as he cuts off the head of the werewolf yell, "It's still moving!"
And then
So
I'll
pull
punch
my
it in its
fire
face with
out.
my fist.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks,
Sorry.
Tim.
And the creature falls as Limerick.
Mute your mic, Tim.
You
That-
can say
that's
something. Guys. Let
siren.
him say something.
Yeah, that siren's so loud, right?
It's getting quieter now.
It's gone.
So-
Is it my turn? Everyone's done something.
So, sure, it can be your turn. As you look, Samuel, Metaleth cuts this thing's head off. Limrod punches it in the face to try to prevent or in the chest to try to prevent the regeneration. And then you turn and look, and you see this little wolf. You know, it's an adolescent like werewolf. Just kind of turn, and then it transforms back to Rose, just crying. What do you do, Samuel? And she's yelling about how you guys killed her family.
I use divine inspiration and ask my god what is the correct choice.
Please make a roll, because I don't know what the answer on this one is. So,
Fuck.
your
Is
god
anyone else doing
tells
something?
you to make your own choice.
The
I
god
thought
tells
the guy
me
would say the choice is obvious. I don't need to tell you.
All right, so I'm going to kill. I'm going to kill the child
You're
by
not
punching her through the face.
He's upstairs. So,
Oh, he's here.
Kazumi, you
I'm not allowed.
see-
I'm not allowed to take action.
You asked your guy what to do, and he's like,
I know, but
okay.
and
So, what do
I'm
you
saying-
choose? We know Limrod's gonna go attack the thing as you see him walk towards it. Samuel, what
I'm
do you choose?
downstairs. I can't intervene in any way, shape, or form. I'm asking what's going on, and nobody's talking to me.
would
I'm a
lay on
parrot. I can't
hands
say
just
anything to you
heal?
right now.
You can't, but the rest of them
You
can.
want a healer?
Would lay on hands
Can you
just
heal?
heal?
Yeah, it's not
Can you
undead.
heal me,
Okay.
please? I'm about a 9 out of 19 right now.
Can I roll plus wisdom to be smart enough to just hold down the child?
You can just try to walk up and hold down the child as Limrod walks forward with his silver gauntlet.
Well, I'm
That's-
not walking forward intimidatingly. I just, at the same time, I say you attacked my family. Your family attacked my family first,
As
and
they
then
though?
when
Did they actually
when-
attack us first?
Yes,
They did.
Yes, they
They
did.
They did. And
Yes,
so
Smoko.
then
I
I
thought they
am
ran you
going to.
over.
So
fear.
as I walk forward, Kazumi and I'm assuming Samuel both go for it, and I'll put my hands up like, sure, if you
So-
guys choose that, that's fine.
Kazumi jumps in front of the child, even in front of Samuel. She's not really sure what you're doing.
Raping a
Kazumi,
child?
what do you say as Rose is behind you,
Really,
just, like,
Moko?
crying? Yeah, let's avoid that. That's not funny at all.
What am I saying to Rose?
Do you want
Just
to
holding a
Rose?
child down for randomly. I'm just saying.
Like, I would be, like, grab her,
Yeah,
and
Moko.
hold her close, and, like, I would be kneeling at this point, like, eye level to her, and just, like, whispering, like, it's okay, it's okay.
She's crying. She's like, they killed my family, my mom and dad.
Even though she told me that her family wasn't werewolves.
You asked if she knew. You had to know if she knew what
Sounds
werewolves
like-
were to begin with.
I'll say lies are a dangerous thing. When you told me that your family wasn't a werewolf, I assumed that you were in danger too.
And she just
I
kind of
think
looks.
she didn't know that she was a werewolf.
Oh, that's a shame.
Now she
goes,
dies.
Now I got nowhere to go. There's no one to protect me. What do you get? What do you say, Kazumi, to this?
I'm leaving the house.
She's like crying, maybe like a.
Kazumi, you can parlay probably
You
to
could, you have
say,
leverage.
we'll provide you parlay and I will take care of you. Now you have a werewolf child.
How would I parlay? What is
So
like,
it would be a charisma roll. On a 10 plus, they'll do whatever like you kind of like offer them. On a 7 to 9, you have to like give some kind of concrete assurance. Okay, so she kind of looks at you and she goes, you may mention like, you know, you can come with us, I'll protect you. And she goes, how do I know? So what do you like give her?
Would I be able to aid by saying that I fully agree with whatever Kazumi says and then reimburse whatever Kazumi says, saying that I'm fine with having you join the party. You know, you can become part of our family for what we've taken from you.
So, yeah, go and you roll
I
an aid.
don't want this child.
Roll an aid.
I don't want this child either.
Roll a what?
Roll an aid. It's 2d6 plus your bonds, which you have no bonds with Kazumi yet. So,
Yeah, correct.
Oh,
So
he
6.
doesn't help.
so she just looks
Mark
and goes.
XP.
She goes, "You're the man who whispered me. You're a liar." And she just turns towards Kazumi. She's like, "If you can keep me safe from him and or give me something to defend myself, then I'll come."
I have nothing to give.
You could be maybe one of your trinkets. It could be maybe something you pull from your adventuring gear.
I make mention that I'm able to craft anything out of metals. Obviously, she can't touch silver, correct?
Correct.
So it'd have to be something not silver.
Yeah.
So I can craft pretty much anything you request of me out of a non-silver object downstairs.
So maybe that's what you go do. He
Why the
goes
fuck did
he
werewolves
looks-
have silver in their house anyway?
because it's still.
Now that I think about that, is really fucked up.
I was wondering when you guys were gonna pick up on that one, but yes, I had to give you some way to kill the things without running away like little girls. So, let's see here. Maybe Limerick goes downstairs and grabs like something off of like the counters, like one of like a knife, and like melts it into like a mini little small dagger. Most likely knowing him a symbol of surrender will be on it, and then he gives it to you, Kazumi, and you're able to give it to her.
It's a child, a werewolf. I'll ask her what god. Does she know what god she follows or her parents followed?
She does not know.
Okay.
Probably could, most likely be close
I'm
to
not
the
gonna
Bolton,
put Serenity on there because I'm not gonna force her into a religion that I'm not sure that she's there for, and I'm not trying to make false followers of Serenity. So I feel like that'd be a disservice. So I'll just give her the knife.
So you hand it. She won't take the knife from you, but you hand it to Kazumi, and then
Yeah.
Kazumi hands her the knife. Do you say anything as you hand her the knife?
I'll be sure to train you how to use this.
She kind of just gives you a big hug, and that's where we end.
With the
session.
knife.
Yes, in the
And
back.
stabs you in the back.
I'm
That's-
keeping that. I'm keeping that silver. I'm gonna remold it into something so that, like, probably a sword for myself, like a
And then Seor's
silver
gets attacked by
dagger.
Yeah,
werewolf
put yourself
bug.
like you have a nugget of silver or something like that at the moment.
or 3 silver daggers.
So there's not enough silver. There's enough silver for like one weaponish thing. Like the whole gauntlet
Why am I
wasn't
getting
silver.
attacked
It was like the
again?
weapons.
I will make 3 silver-plated daggers.
I said Seor's gets attacked by werewolf bugs.
Aaron's like, I fucking
Whatever.
hate you.
You can make.
I hate you.
All right, so let's end the session. So let's go and go through the end of session, guys.
I
So
leveled up.
yay, leveling up.
I failed
leveled up
9
too.
times.
Yes, make sure if
Yay.
you missed any experience, try to go back and mark it, especially for the new guys, because I'm always horrible at mentioning that. So, end of session rolls. We pull it up. Okay, so level up. No, that's supply. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Level up. Not level up. What the hell is it? End of session. So end of session. Choose one of your bonds that you feel is resolved, completely explored, no longer relevant or otherwise.
Time to set up some bonds is what it's time to do.
Yes, you can create those right after we finish doing the end of session. But does anybody feel they had a bond resolved today, or at least moved forward?
Yeah, my chaos one with Seorus.
Yeah, you definitely had a good talk with him on that one, and it seems like he's.
What's the talk about chaos?
You guys
I
had.
don't
A,
recall
you
having a
had, a,
conversation
you, guys,
about
you had a
that.
conversation about you being chaotic between Limrod, you, and Samuel.
I'm pretty sure he just said you were chaotic, and then I said, no, what
No.
you did, killing the
Limrod-
Baron, was chaotic.
Limrod made an actual like argument during that time. It's not like
You
you
just-
actually believe it or that it's proving true. It's just he's making a forward advance into it for the first time in forever. So, you can mark an experience for like that scene that you had, Mike. Does anybody else like feel they moved forward in one of their bonds at all?
I don't even have any bombs.
Well, time to create some then. So,
I do not believe that my bond is
it is not. You guys had a
Zoomy
conversation
did
about your
anything.
bond outside of talking to each other. So, has anybody completed their goal for the or their overall goal?
No. I'd like to create 2 new bonds, though.
Isn't mine like
Do that later.
Yeah, we'll do it after we do all the end of session and stuff. So,
keep it in mind?
the White Wolf, yes, is yours still. So you can mark a day on your goals. Towards.
Did
your
I
experience
did I start that last session? Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
I have 2
So,
days.
Once bonds have been updated, look at your alignment. Who fulfilled their alignment today?
Me.
Samuel, let's go with Samuel
Did-
first. I'll just go in order I have
Samuel's
them.
alignment is to endanger yourself following the precepts of your church or God.
I would
And
say
I was
yes.
trying. Yeah, I was trying to, and I definitely got in danger.
Yes, you tried to protect the little girl, and you definitely got mowed over by a werewolf for it.
Okay.
Seorus.
Endanger yourself to protect someone weaker than you. I
Remember-
protected somebody who was currently weakened, which was
No,
Samuel.
I'm gonna go
He
with no
had
on
the
that one.
ability
I'm
of
gonna
weak.
give you- I
Nope,
was-
he had the ability of weak. He was technically weaker.
No, that's not what I was going to argue. I was going to give it to you still, but I was not, that doesn't count. It's more of the when you pulled her back from the war because they jumped at her.
Twice.
Yes. So that's how I was going to give you that one.
I think
Kazumi-
you can say another player character is weaker. Unless
But
they're
he said
like
become
Death's
the
Door.
lost.
And dying, so I could say that.
So Kazumi, last. Okay.
I think he has more health than you, doesn't he?
Limrut,
No,
you,
definitely not.
Did you resolve? Did you
Max
complete your
HP.
alignment today?
Yeah, spread a dangerous new idea. I've
what?
started to try and get people to use the rocks.
Okay. Yeah.
And I feel
They
that
give you- yeah,
within
they
the
thought-
game, I can actually get one of them to realize that the other one is going to burn their tree or vice versa. And it's just up to one of them to actually use the rocks.
So, Sinithal, did you complete your bond today, or not your alignment? Sorry.
Help something or someone grow. Would that count as healing? Like medical treatment to Samuel?
Yeah. You
No.
know, I mean, really.
No, if weakening doesn't count, then healing somebody doesn't count.
Moko's just upset. Don't mind him.
He's a bag of salt.
Using like the nature around me to
But the thing was, you
mend
just put
someone.
yourself in danger, Moko, to do it, and you didn't put yourself in danger to give him a healing potion after the battle.
No, but I did
God
defend
dang,
him
Cat.
multiple times.
You didn't put
Fucking
yourself in danger to
parakeet.
defend, though. You just defended.
Stop it.
So
You didn't charge into battle, take a hit, and then defend. You just defended. Your cat loves you so much, but you hate it, Mike.
Why now? Why now? Any
So,
other time?
Repeat it one more time, Avox.
My alignment is to help something or someone grow.
No, you know what? No, the only reason I'm gonna give you a no is because technically that wound was originally from you.
True.
So you actually were the cause of that.
It's all your fault.
So
Oh,
okay,
well.
so that's a no on that
Then
one.
no.
Zumi, are you back, or should we come back to you at? She might be away. All right, we'll assume she's away. So let's do the 3 questions. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yep.
What
We
was
learned-
really new and important?
Malin is a
Levels regenerate.
heartless bitch that'll get children killed.
We learned about werewolves, that they're a thing.
And
I-
that the
we-
GM,
I've
when
never-
you ask if someone's put into a dangerous situation, the GM
How about
will
we
always
learn
answer
that-
correctly.
How about we learn that there are druids here that live here, and there's
There's fox
Kitsune within the
people.
tower? Because none of
Yeah.
you knew that before, because they don't
I didn't
exist in
know
the
about
tower.
fox people, werewolves. Like, I didn't know those.
Okay, yeah, well, we're not gonna experience for that. Do we interact with our NPCs?
Yes.
Yes.
To be honest, I'd say no. We didn't really do much with our NPCs other than
was
like
kinda
talking
feeling that a
about
little bit.
Melrose.
interacted
No
with
one,
them.
ever, no one really ever responded to stuff I was saying.
I was
I
doing
used-
stuff with
No,
Malin,
you talked
and
to
I
the
was
wrong
You did.
people.
You did with Malin.
I used Metalath like once.
It's
my
true.
interaction.
I stood outside
But
talking
it's
with
not just
Malin for the
specifically
whole
you.
time.
It's the whole party in general, which Mike is true. He was insulting Malin constantly throughout that entire session.
And I actually used them twice. So yeah, I guess we
we'll
could.
go with it. And did we loot a memorable treasure? No.
The scrolls.
Yes.
Oh
I
yeah, we did. You got
I
the
did.
pair of scrolls.
Are the scrolls really memorable? I thought that was a minor
It's
magical
a
item.
minor magical item would count as.
I'll make it memorable. You better believe it. You'll
So,
remember
You
them.
guys get 3 experience for the end of session, along with. Well, I'll talk to Ellie about her.
Hey.
what
Hey,
is it,
Amell,
her-
you know how we're not supposed to level up each session?
Yeah.
I got 13 experience today. I leveled up again.
Well, that's bound to happen. So.
How did you get? Wait, what's the experience level?
He's a lower level,
He's only
though.
level.
so
Yeah, he's going from 3 to 4.
How'd you-
Once you learn how to
wait,
play the
oh,
game, like if
You
you
came, wait. You came in at level 1? Oh no, you were level 3. You're
3.
going to level 4. Got
No,
it.
I was
yeah.
already level 4.
So you're level. Wait, you got 13
You
experience.
got
Level
19
from 13.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
it's
8.
4 to 5
I had,
is 19.
I had 8 extra.
Oh, after your last level up. Gotcha.
Yep.
So shit.
And
I
I,
leveled
failed
up.
9 times
You did?
today.
Well, good. You can once
Yes.
we rest next session, which will probably be before you guys leave this house. You can level. So figure out what advanced move you're gonna take. Figure out what stat point you're
13.
gonna increase. You can increase 1 stat point by +1, and you get a new move. From
And
your
just
advanced move.
remember, guys, that the more action you do, like Tim leveled up, like when Tim first played this, he didn't take a lot of actions, and it took him forever to level. But with this new character, he takes a
Bartok
bunch of
failed
actions.
all day, every
And
day.
Well,
you
actually,
can
I
fail,
took as
but
many
you're gonna
actions as
level
you'd
up.
let me.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But if you stand back
Alright,
quiet,
let's
you're not gonna level
do
fast.
Ellie's alignment really fast, and then we'll call it a quits. Ellie, you get 3 experience for the end of session questions that everybody got, so you get 3 additional experience. And did you fulfill your alignment today? Which I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Ensure that a group of or person or group suffers from the wild outcomes of your actions. Well, my search.
Oh yeah, you mean like when you shot me in the back?
Shot him in the back. You shot. You made a gigantic hole that people fell in.
You killed your child's parents.
You sent Samuel Fleet into the woods. Completely is a yes for that one.
Actually-
You can mark an experience.
Aaron.
Yeah.
With
also
one
needs
of
to
my
mark
abilities,
3.
how if I study a mythical creature for long enough, I can turn into it. Can I use the werewolf corpses to
Yeah.
study?
You could
Like
spend
in
time to study and be able to transform into a werewolf. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's the name of your character, Logan?
Cyndabil.
The cleaning product, Synthol.
Mel, she needs to mark another 3 experience
Yes, you get
for a total of 4.
3 experience. You should get 4 at your end of session today, total. Because the 3 questions were loot a memorable treasure, which was the trinket that Mike found. the interacting with NPCs, which we did, and we knew about the Kitsune, druids, and werewolves. So, those of you who watched, I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow probably to play some video game, depending on how hot it is. I might just say screw it for once. And then we'll be back next Thursday for some Dark Universe. So, thank you all for watching.
Bro fist.
I hate you.